I don't know. I feel like out of character would be better in this situation because like it would just be a figure out what the heck to do. Sorta. Because I just need to be able to conceptualize how this works. Because like knife combat is already hard enough, but shovel and knife combat, like I see the day that I feel the need to limit myself is that on this character is like, man, man, I want big knife. I see that was the thing. I would need to progress report that. But. Oh, oh, okay. The is that I mean is that a thing? This is another. I mean, no. Like as a weapon, because the combat shuffle is. I mean, it's like I understand, you know, like things that aren't meant to be weapons can be used as a weapon. The thing is that the combat shovel is actually meant to be a weapon. Like, it's an emergency, right? It's like emergency.
It's that time, everyone. Get in the lobby.
Um, yeah, it's like it's like what melee weapon are you going to carry in the trenches? And it's like, well, you're not going to carry a sword because like why? All right, 'cause why would you carry a sword? Volume for the others is low. All right, I see. Um, ah, wonderful. It's this thing again. I'm going to need to remember to fix. Thank you.
Jacket.
There
Yeah,
we
I
go.
know that jacket's burned.
Wait, that
Wait, what,
jacket.
The
Wait,
Windows and
the
default
ash.
Yeah,
audio
yeah.
device keeps changing to the wrong one, even though I keep setting it to the right one. I'll have to figure that out. Thank you,
Well, I'm already
Jamie.
getting like a gift bag, right?
Yeah.
The garage.
All right, that should work though. We'll get in. What do I have? I have pistols, knife. Good enough. All right. Hello and good whatever time of day it is. I don't know. I was sleeping.
Same here. Might take a nap.
Please tell me you're either making or made coffee.
You would think like $10 a gallon would be enough.
No?
You know,
No.
I'm just making lemonade,
don't know.
unfortunately.
Go put this away.
And coffee.
Go do that.
It has plenty of sugar. I feel like, is that an acceptable caffeine substitute?
And to at least jumpstart my brain, sure.
What is going on?
I was hoping she made coffee. She didn't. She's making lemonade instead, so I'll take it as a substitute.
Good.
Oh.
Good evening, Miss Mance.
We need the.
Alright, so how is everyone today?
Discounting all the soreness, pretty okay.
That's very good.
I've never been so sad. I like that jacket.
Alright. There
It
you
was an
go.
atrocity, and you know, it's...
Glass.
I mean, to be fair enough, but you did buy me new
And
stuff.
the picture is right here.
Yes, you should be thankful.
Thank you, thank you.
It's 50-50.
50,
lot of coffee
50.
going.
Come on, I spent my own money on that.
Hey, 75-25. It still sucks that you burnt the jacket. Well, I burnt the jacket because you made me burn the jacket. But
Wait, what?
We went to a very special place, and he burned his jacket because it was atrocious and a crime against humanity.
so I don't
I
have a jacket
mean-
anymore.
It was.
I need to cancel the orders on those jackets. I'll be right back.
I mean, it was pretty bad, but I don't know if it was that bad.
Why did you guys make him burn that jacket anyway? It wasn't even that bad.
It was atrocious and a crime against humanity. Besides, we got him better clothing.
Why was it a crime against humanity? Is there an actual
Didn't
reason
match
or just
him.
not like it?
It didn't match his hair, as well as the fact that that jacket is cursed.
What do you mean?
I, for one, don't believe in curses, but when I have to say something's cursed, that is truly something cursed.
What do you mean it's cursed?
Hmm?
I've been told. But,
Yeah, God, you guys are
anyways...
so fucking cryptic. I hate it.
I have no idea what's going on here either.
There is nothing going on. We just burned a jacket and we got him better clothing. Besides, he will actually be able to
If it's not important,
have
it's
it-
not important, I guess.
It's not. But there is something that we discussed a little bit while we were there at this almost Lazarus pit. From now on, everyone should be getting helmets and gas masks.
Why?
Because if I'm starting to throw pepper spray grenades, I don't
And
need
tear
one.
gas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the
Besides,
actual
locations where
caffeine
we are potentially going might have hazards, environmental hazards.
Actually, I have a
Like
gas
where?
mask. I just bought
Oh,
some extra,
perfect.
some extra filters just in case. So.
I was about to.
Perfect.
I mean,
Does
I
it
have
cover your,
that.
does it
the
cover your
gas mask,
eyes?
I don't have
No,
an
it's
eye to
just one of
cover.
those. You know, I'm gonna need a full like. Okay.
Half mask. Do you need a visor? We could probably
We
grab
need
these.
something
it's
to
like
cover your
this, I
eyes,
think.
ears, nose, and mouth.
Hmm.
You want to have a full helmet to do that? Perfect, because that will give you some head protection.
Hmm.
That's
Especially
that's
since
one
you
of
just got a
getting
concussion,
a
you might
helmet.
want one. Indeed.
Do you have a black market
Yeah.
Reminds
pass?
me.
No, I don't.
Okay, we'll take your measurements
Just
and
do
we'll go
it.
next
Head
time.
no
See if we
bandage.
can
A perfect timing though. I was
make you
actually about to go out later this week and get myself a rebreather.
Okay.
I think that's pretty similar.
So I can heal nice.
Some gas max
Mm.
or some
Close,
adrenaline.
but
You know seeing doubles? No other
Our
symptoms?
see you.
rebreathers, how are
Oh,
yeah,
good.
words. How are rebreathers different?
Accomplishes the same thing, I guess.
Mm.
And in this
Indeed.
situation.
What areas would we be heading to? That would need that sort of stuff, Nick.
I'm gonna start placing them now.
Well, as I said, we're going to be needing probably to
Hey, sounds
utilize
like
more
also get,
crowd
like,
control measures, as well as certain locations, like outside Marlow
Give me that.
City.
Cool.
It's been reported that there are heavy gases there. I don't know what,
Outside
but
Marlow.
they are dangerous. Yes, the
Well,
entirety around that place.
Can you scout? You know, I'm always on speed.
Are we
dial.
going to Marlow City soon?
In your torso.
No, not anytime
Pain
soon.
anyone towards your torso.
The only reason why I'm asking this soon is because of him
I think it was more
utilizing
like
pepper
arms
spray
shoulder,
and
like I said,
tear
the
gas
shield took most of
here soon.
the
So,
brunt
yeah,
of the
so
center
You
mass
just-
stuff.
Yeah, you just got
I
winged.
was thinking I'd add
Okay.
a miniature
You should be
flamethrower
fine.
to my arsenal, but might not. I'm not sure yet.
Oh dear.
Actually, let me make sure.
Do be careful
Yeah,
with that if you do
manage
get
it.
one.
Not as.
Comes in handy when you're stuck
complex,
with like
but
3
making
people
sure it
near you
goes
and you're
properly.
getting swarmed.
Yeah.
Definitely when you use it in front of
Perfect.
friendlies, though, that could just be a episode for disaster.
Just be careful it doesn't get punctured and lights you up on fire. That would be very detrimental, I believe.
What about... Anyone think about making a weapon that sort of shoots, not nitroglycerin, no, not nitroglycerin. What is it called?
Hello. You're welcome to Lark. I'm currently sipping
liquids that are
fake
under
RP
below
lemonade.
freezing temperatures and blanking right now.
So,
Liquid nitrogen?
Shade.
Liquid nitrogen. It can be weaponized if we need to. It's pretty cheap to get all your hands on as well. Don't hardly go to a mass supplier.
Problem is with that is it takes a bit of time for stuff to get cold in liquid nitrogen. It's not just like an insta-freeze.
True, but I wasn't thinking instant freezing like ice forming, more just
Looks like they took
maybe
Ebola.
making your skin more brittle.
Yeah. I don't know.
That
still have that.
falls under the
Yeah,
same
give me a look
effects.
over later.
Yeah.
It still takes
it's more
a
of
bit
like
of-
a
Definitely for later. I
burn,
just
I guess is a way to
replaced
put it.
everything on
Like
there.
when
replaced
the
everything
liquid
on
hits your
liquid
skin,
there,
it
so
starts to burn you.
I think you'll
Good.
be fine mostly.
Well, the problem is trying to get the
Yeah, you
liquid
gotta worse and
nitrogen
worse.
to the skin.
Yeah.
Unless you get close and literally dunk their hands or arms or feet into the stuff. Might not work as well as you hope.
Possibly.
The only thing
Could
I
try
can
to
think
implement
of
it like a spray.
if there is some sort of chemical that would interact with the skin. And it burns.
did Mr.
Morning.
James just come this way? I just had a thought.
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh well.
Maybe he's in the dorms.
I don't know which room he is in. Probably this
That's
one.
his room. Oh no, he's there. He's right there. He's.
Hi.
Hi. What's up?
I did just have a thought. I don't know. You mentioned pepper spray, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you just like buying the pepper spray, or are you gonna have some fun and actually buy
That's
the
something-
peppers?
That's something we are working on, but I'm sure we could actually do it ourselves. Shouldn't be too difficult.
Well, see, if you
Especially
need
since you're
if you need some space, we're gonna have plenty of space at the new base/garden area.
Yeah.
Plenty of space.
I mean,
For
I'm
all
sure
our
a
pepper
botanist
spray
like
needs.
you can definitely, yeah, definitely make some crazy shit.
Mm, yeah, I'm sure I could. I feel like that would be well within. I don't know. Of course, it depends
And
on
then
on the time. But if we need a place
Mhm.
for hot peppers, well, I'm sure adding that to our ever-growing garden would be wonderful.
Yeah. And then whenever we don't have any of your special brand of pepper spray, I'm sure I could find things I could buy in the
I mean,
off
that would
time.
be. I mean, that would be tricky. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like pepper spray would just be pepper spray, though. Like, I don't know if. I don't know. I don't know if you can make it
Well,
special.
That's fine. I mean, it's mostly just to give myself space, and then if not making space, then time to just fucking sort this out. So.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if. I feel like that's just you just like, mash up the peppers and like put it in, I feel like it's probably not terribly difficult to make, but.
It's really just extracting the capsaicin from the, seeds of those. Which isn't too difficult. I think I went in like a chemistry class somewhere, but I don't remember it too much.
Well, once again, if you need a place, if you're buying them, then, whatever. But if you need a place to store peppers, well, or even grow them.
And make some crazy
Gotcha.
shit? Yeah, come to you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Got your back.
Right. Thank you, Foxglove.
A little bit of glass. Cutting into people's
Yeah,
hands.
what I need.
When you
I
throw
mean,
it
we
against
could work
them.
on custom. If we really wanted to go down this road, we could just work on custom shotgun shells. They're pretty simple to manufacture. NG team could work on
Oh
them.
no, there's no need. That's what I'm saying. We just get mason jar, figure out what the substance is, if it's easy enough to make or gather, and boom. If you want to and you have time, I highly recommend to look into it. Otherwise, if
That does sound interesting to look into.
indeed. Worst comes to worst, if I can't research this coming next week either, then I might be able to, but if you want to this coming week, that would probably be best. But, yes. How are you doing, Mr. Shade?
Fine.
Just fine?
Had worse. Trust me, compared to some of the other missions, that was not that bad.
Yes, not that bad.
Compared to this,
Yeah, so I was just about to say.
Not gonna lie, you guys
I just
get
do
sent
hope-
on death missions like crazy here.
there's reasons for that mission going south. But
Do you want me
yeah.
to? I wrote an entire incident report. Would you like me to read it to you?
Send it to
Oh,
the
wonderful.
higher-ups.
If you would like to, I already know what happens. I've been told.
Question, did I nick anything while... Do you know if I nicked anything while checking out the bullets? I hope I
You
didn't.
may have made one or two holes a little bit wider than they were before, but nothing serious.
Oh, thank God.
I think
That's
it's the
a relief.
metal hand. Not quite as dexterous.
True. I have
Didn't need
managed
any,
to get as much dexterous as I could out of it. It's almost as good as the one before, but don't have the years of practice that I used to have,
Right.
but it works.
You
To
know-
be clear, the incident report I've written is a very brief overview, and the rest of it is focused on the injuries that everyone received during the mission and what was
It
done.
might be best to give to Jackie.
She's
True.
aware of it.
Okay.
I think if we'd had 2 other members of the pain train there instead of the assassins, we could have easily cleared the base. It's the fact that we were split.
Separated, yeah.
Not
Assassins
exactly a
are well
group of
trained.
5, but more a group of 2 and a group of 3, acting separately.
Nah,
That's-
that was your problem.
That is what I've
Yeah.
noted in the incident report.
Hmm.
I can send you a
Assassins are well
copy
trained.
if you...
They can usually take on a bunch of whisperers, whisperers or fallen or tigers by themselves. Problem is when they
Well,
split
that's
up,
the
most
thing.
assassins like to work alone, which honestly
They're
is something
trained
annoying.
They're trained for assassination operations, not exactly raids. That's more the pain train's jurisdiction.
I was curious on why they went. Makes no
Hmm.
sense for them to.
There were reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't look
Talk to Toku.
much into it. Probably was just something simple, like they were asked to. Well, it could be Figment for all we know.
Well, I'm gonna be making a general recommendation to Toku in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Pain Train and Whisperers focus on raid missions. Don't let assassins lead that. They're good at hunting
Okay.
traitors, not taking bases. Yeah.
In his hands is a copy of 3 sheets of paper. I'm gonna send you the link. As the team leader, you'll be... Feel free to make additional comments. Or use it for your own report.
do.
And let me pull up the link, 'cause
I sent a brief
Well-
report to Toku and Slick. Could do an in-depth one if we need. But of
pulled
course,
the last page.
I think Toku has pretty much everything at this point.
Well, if you're gonna split up, you know, you gotta at least make sure there's a reason you're splitting up. That's my
I don't think
thoughts.
they had a reason
Like
to
I
die.
said, that's just how Yuna and Lily operate. Same with the school mission. What was that?
Exactly, no
Full of
reason.
shit.
Hmm.
Like I said, the
That sort of
gang
fighter.
itself should focus on raids and takeovers, territory control, because that's our thing. Assassins should focus on assassin tasks. Those missions like hunting traitors, etc. That is what they're trained for.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah,
that is the
I
whole
Okay.
incident
work with
report.
your team.
Good. I'll give it a look
Written
over.
is a brief summary of the entire mission, the wounds that everyone had taken, and then the wounds that were treated when we have returned to the Hollow. Preferably, I would have liked it to have it be co-written by both the combat medic and the Hollow medics, but unfortunately, I was the only medic around at the time.
Unfortunate.
Written in the mission overview is my perspective of the mission. Feel free to use that at your leisure. Ow, shit. Fucking shoulder. But at TLDR, the first initial encounters weren't too serious. It immediately broke into a melee brawl. I believe weapons went free. I am unsure who shot the first shot. But by that time, there were 2 teams. Us 3 Whisperers and the Assassins, we were split up. I believe the Assassins were near the bottom of the laboratory, and us 3 were stuck near the top. We were locked into a stalemate at the entrance.
You said it was a laboratory.
As a laboratory?
It looked like a laboratory, in my opinion.
Hmm.
I went down
That could be
there. I
useful.
think the little pool had like, I think, old tech. Didn't really take a close look. I was just too busy picking up.
I think we should probably abandon that base though. They've been attacked by
it's going to
Whispers once. Tigers
reinforce,
are gonna fortify
yeah.
it more. Yeah.
So one gun went
Maybe
free, team one.
Actually,
Mm.
it wasn't necessarily to take the outpost from the Tigers. Yuna said it was a den previously used by her and Lily. More of a personal objective.
Oh,
And
they
you
were trying to
still
Yeah.
got
take territory
them.
we had no hold of. Okay.
She said that to Hermes.
What?
Alright.
Who the fuck is
The
that?
So-
only reason
Bastard
why we
who's mostly-
survived. Oh yeah,
Yeah, Tiger higher up.
Hmm.
Ever think why the Tigers have as
I'm
much
hoping
funding
we'll
as
get
they
a
do?
chance to raid another Tiger outpost soon, but do it with a proper raid
Because
team.
Hermes is one of the
That
reasons
school
he
still
works
needs to be
with
taken back.
people that are higher up than him, and he tends to give the Tigers a bit more leeway and a bit more tools to play with.
Oh, I think.
Yeah.
Is he wearing a helmet? Or is he like a synth or something? Does he look like a robot?
I've never seen him, only heard about him. Never seen
He
him.
has a helmet on. I don't know if it's a synth or not, but he was very decked out.
Hmm,
Talking about
that
Hermes.
guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, thanks to Alex. The only reason why us three are still alive, well, was still in the mission, was because of his shield right there. Well, not right there, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, currently sitting Swiss
So,
cheese under my bed. I still gotta talk to
He might be.
Isaiah about the materials, what it
yeah.
is, so I can start repairing it.
Team 2 was splintered off. They were pincered by the Tigers, but they weren't in a situation where they were pushed inwards. But eventually, when Team 1 went to reconvene with Team 2, I believe Yuna had gone down. Shade pushed the Armored Tigers and managed to clear them all out before being down from his own injuries. As see, kind of got shot the fuck up. Thankfully, no Tigers were pushing. I think they were scared off. Also, I grenade bluffed for the second time. Managed to make my way over to stabilize both of the wounded, and then we had to sound a retreat. Unfortunately, there was a second wave at the entrance, and that was where Alex was caught out. I think we lost in the translation. We were unable to tow Alex to retreat, and he was thusly captured. They offered in a safe, I guess, allow us to leave safely.
Think what?
The Tigers. I mean, I don't know. That was pretty nice of them.
Here
she
are
says-
links.
Tira Links.
And the Link sister just wanted us gone at that point. She asked why we were there. I said we were just there to take the base, and she said you can take your friends and leave. So yeah, she was allowing us to leave once I got captured. I was trying to tell everyone that.
And then, as you know, we got kind of beat up a bit, tortured. When we were all at the entrance, Yuna drew her spear and threw it into the shoulder of Kira Lynx. I threw my shotgun, and I drew my shotgun and blasted one of the
Wait.
heavies.
Yuna
Fully shot.
threw a weapon at someone who had a hostage.
To be
Yeah,
fair, they were actually
Yep.
Not the first
surprisingly
time.
not. Also, not the first time, apparently. She was
It
actually
worked
pretty
this
bad at
time.
holding the hostage. Yeah.
last time
Sounds
she hit the
point.
hostage.
That's
Oh,
not
wow.
the point.
I mean, that's unfortunate. The business we live in.
I was going to shoot Kira myself, but Hermes happened to be walking
Yes.
down the stairs at the time.
That is the unfortunate truth. we were able to put ourselves in a winning position, but unfortunately, Hermes came by. And as a result, we had no chance of winning.
Alright, we're gonna
They just
definitely talk to
let
Shade
you
after
go out
this
of pity?
conversation subsides.
Yeah.
No,
No
I think they were
deals.
trying.
He
To be
has
honest,
some
I
new
think they were
gear
just-
since
Nothing.
the last time he visited.
Could
New
be they thought you were
cybernetics,
more use-
different weapons.
Could be they
Hmm?
thought you were more useful alive than dead.
That, and I think we dealt a crippling blow to them already, to be honest. I think
He wanted
Kira,
to speak with Yuna.
I
Should
think
pique his
Kira was
interest.
bitching about it.
Yeah, while you were saving her life.
Yeah. Oh, I think I pissed her off, by the way. So that's great.
Pissed you
Not
off.
hard to do.
Who
Length.
did you piss off?
Fair. Kira Length.
The links. Oh,
Yeah, one of
I'd
them.
sleep with one eye open.
I hope I don't have to sleep with one eye open, because I'm in the fucking hollow.
important.
You wouldn't
Yeah.
need to. Besides, there's
Especially
multiple
cute.
people in each room.
Yeah,
If
it was more a joke. but-
one of them get past, we were all dead.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that the three of you managed to get out undead.
Despite fighting
Not
a
dead, I guess.
significant disadvantage. Yeah.
I'm not a
Not
vampire,
bad.
Nick.
Indeed.
Good, none of you died.
Don't worry, I know. You'd be a vampire then.
You'd probably be
You
Well,
want
better.
that
to
might make
suck
our
our
job
blood?
easier, but still.
Very much doubt that.
Even the odds a bit, they've got theirs.
I completely forgot that my arm is so fucked when we went out shopping, Nick.
Yes, I told you twice. Be careful.
I'm sorry. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Goddamn. People in
I-
this.
I-
Do people
It
just
was
not
because-
rest?
It was because you burnt my jacket.
swear.
It was a nice jacket.
I didn't burn your jacket, you did.
I did burn the
I'm
jacket. but
resting.
Did you make him burn the jacket?
Of course not.
Mhm.
Of course not. Good doctor. Of course not.
Still need to get used to my new
But
Nick
topics.
was walking
anyways,
me close, so
yes, I did buy him new clothes. So,
Hmm.
but yes. We had a nice discussion about things. Getting him upgrades here in the future. Besides, Soup had a very colorful collection of weaponry.
I don't know why I was selling that kind of weaponry.
Colorful, like the rainbow.
I mean,
Yeah, sure.
if you wanted custom colored weapons, I guess why not?
You know this. You know I got this at
I've-
Soup. The rifle on my back.
I already have that.
Every weapon under the sun.
About 3 years ago. It served me well. It's a nice gun.
You must have been to a different Soup then.
Yeah. There's a lot of them. You know, there's a couple chains of them.
No,
That's why people get confused if you're at the
Is
soup
there only?
store.
I mean,
There's
I
only
mean,
one Soup
I bought this.
because
It
it's
worked.
been called Soup.
Would you like to
It's not even
prepare a
its
cup
actual
for me,
name.
Sammy?
What does it actually
Sure.
stand for?
Thank
Is
you,
it like
Sammy.
an acronym or something?
No, it's a soup store.
No, it's the Soup store.
Hmm.
I was half paying attention to the last heard something about Soup Store. What?
We went to the soup store. Oh. Okay.
As they
Hold
do.
on.
You think I could get a bigger knife at Soup?
Probably.
Yes.
Probably.
Alright, we'll have to look. We'll have to look there. Eventually.
I just thought of something.
You could always just use one of the Wakazashis. We have tons of them.
Good.
Oh, please God, no. Fucking weebs.
Yeah. Not as
Yeah,
bad as the last
people might
mission.
call you that, but they are useful.
At this
Longer
true.
blade always makes it easier to hurt someone.
I did a bit of
You know
war
the
Bullets, bullet, bullet, bullet,
shortstop
bullet,
from
bullet, bullet,
TF2?
bullet. Bullet, bullet,
Yeah, that
bullet,
old video
bullet,
game.
bullet. I think there's
Yeah.
a bullet as well. And
What if
a
I got
big
one of those?
bruise.
What if I got a
Wait,
shortstop?
yeah.
Oh,
and a
go
bullet.
on.
You got shot up pretty good.
You know the amount of
Like
times
me,
I
I
was
think
called
collectively it was
How are you feeling?
You know the amount of times I was
four
called
mag,
when I was in my
3 or
previous
4
gang
mags
back
of
in
ammo
Texas, and how
dumped
many
into
other
my
gang
chest
members I
at
just
point
killed because
blank.
they were
pretty
like
okay? Like
laughing at it. Like
painkillers don't
people
kick
just
in,
don't
so
realize that
less,
someone's
so-
weapons
Then I killed both
that
of
are
them.
mediaized are good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hold on, I need to bully someone real quick.
It's insane.
mention that
People just,
bullet?
they laugh at a media
That
trope and
doesn't
then you just cut them down.
That doesn't change the fact that it is a weeb weapon.
It is,
Stab,
but it's also
stab,
effective.
Slash, stab, stab, shot, 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 shot. Broken
You
ribs.
banished
You
one
won't
of
call me
them
what you
after
want
calling
from the one
Jess and
standing at
going,
the end.
"Fuck,
We
you
had
banished
and
myself."
he's there as
engagement
well.
with them. I've won.
That arm was fucked as well. Cuts. That's why I started wearing more armor on the arms.
I'll think about
I
it.
need better armor, actually.
Yeah.
Could just get you a machete.
I
Would
need
work
better
always.
armor than a fucking vest.
That's what I was thinking.
What
But
I had.
Hmm.
My
I don't mind
helmet's the best
some
thing
The
we got.
effect is pretty sharp.
you know, I would have
Then again,
No
I am a
idea what
thief,
the
I'm
difference
supposed to be
is.
lightweight.
honestly.
Same.
I mean, machete is technically a gardening tool.
Both
Same.
just look like big
Yeah.
knives to me.
I guess it's a
In my case.
it's less a gardening tool and more like a
Clearing.
Well, I meant
Well,
I
yeah.
meant
Clearing
I meant
tool,
like
yeah.
the difference, right? The different honestly beats me.
mhm.
Wait.
A machete
gardening tool?
has a lot more weight behind it. It is.
It's
What
Have
gardening
you
tool?
seen?
More stability.
a machete.
Good
Have
tool.
you seen
think
someone
we're trying
accidentally
to-
cut
yeah,
the
we're
hand
trying
off
to
with that
debate
thing?
Whether it's a gardening tool or a clearing tool.
Clearing,
Theoretically, it was
you-
designed for clearing. Yeah.
That's like clearing.
Dense forest.
That could
was
be
like,
gardening.
It's designed for like what's like it's designed for like bigger like you grab
Tough
and then
blades of grass. Yeah.
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 It's halfway
It's
between
a,
like an axe and a
scythe.
pruning knife. It's designed to just
Yeah.
cut things out of the
Safe
way.
is for tall grass.
Yeah. It fucks
But if
you
it's
up.
jungle, you have a machete.
Compared
I don't
to a
think anyone has
knife,
to worry about jungle here in Saphira.
you have to probably saw the hand off.
I read it in his
Machete,
notebook.
One or two good hacks.
City,
can
the
leave
city
hanging.
jungle. It's
Yeah, concrete
Saphira, the
jungle.
only city in the world with a jungle inside of it.
The concrete jungle.
Mm.
Although I don't think
I need some water.
I definitely wouldn't plan on using.
Got you,
Machete to go
got you
clear
a machete
concrete.
that can cut through concrete. Cut clear through.
Ew, that would be cool.
Mine
Sure,
has
you can
even a
find one.
saw on it.
At that point, you might
Yeah.
just as well just get
One
a
side is sharp,
circular blade.
the other side is a saw.
Yeah. Get a power tool at that point.
You seem cheerful.
Really are just looking for stuff that are effective but not terribly heavy. So
Machete. It's relatively light.
You're fast with that.
I just recently made coffee.
Still less weight
That
than a
is.
blade or something.
I can't take caffeine.
It's like
No,
a short
it's-
sword.
Just get a bigger knife.
One big disadvantage with a
It makes me
machete.
more tired.
They don't usually have points, so you can only really slash with it. So if they're wearing any armor at all, you won't be able to cut a thing.
And that's what the shovel's for.
True,
That's
you
why
need
you
something that
call
can stab
stabbing.
as well.
You have a
Yes, between
shovel?
armor.
You have a shovel?
Well, if it's
Foxglove?
Kevlar, it would go right through.
Show
Yeah,
me.
go-
Yeah,
But
that's
if it's
the
Goblin
main
last
weakness
night.
the
either
machete
leather
has.
armor, if
It's
they have leather
exclusively a
armor, it's gonna
cutting
be.
you can bonk people, but it also turns into a pickaxe, so you can
Show me the
you know,
shovel.
use it to.
Trench shovel.
All right, I'll
Show
go
me
get it.
shovel.
I'll go get it.
I saw people with plasma swords and shit, and then like shovels.
Well, I mean, actually,
If you
I
ever
think the
fought
one
a
fusion
Hulk,
tech weapon I
but
would
they are
want
nice.
is guns. Fusion
I
tech
did.
guns would be
Yeah,
nice.
on the mission we went to go get you and get the
There
mall.
was. Oh yeah, there
Yeah.
was one. Oh,
Yeah, I
tried
jumped.
to
I
blend
jumped
that
on the
out.
Hulk's back.
Wow,
I jumped on the Hulk's back at one point and was stabbing into its neck.
that looks like
do
it gives
much,
you
but its neck
it gives you
was-
crits when you're airborne.
Yeah, Hulk riding, I guess, is that.
That could be
Is
like-
It's
that
such a
what
strange
the
feeling.
fucking jungle gym?
Really, it just folds.
Yeah.
That could be
I
like
think I saw that.
extreme sport. Like it could be
Critical hits
extreme
when airborne.
by Red
That's what it
Bull
looks
or
like.
Something.
Ride the
Hulk
Hulk.
riding.
Ride the
Survive.
Hulk.
So I
and
think-
you
Would be
can cut its
proud.
neck.
I think I've
I'll
got
tell
the
you, cut into that trying to cut
I've
into
got
that thing was
the
like fucking
the
trying to
poking
dent
through
steel.
armor covered.
We have a
And then you
new
gotta-
record of 5
Somebody's wearing it, and you
seconds.
just go bah bah. This is
5 seconds.
Yeah, that
Sharp
fucked someone up. Yeah.
The winner
Yeah,
has
so-
died though, so his kin will get the money.
Wow. Thank you for showing me the shovel, Foxglove.
Anyways, how you guys doing?
It's mostly just trying
I'm
to keep it off
miserable.
Toko.
I resisted.
And
Got him into
dying.
the corner at one point, started beating
I
him
resisted,
the fuck up. He
uh,
almost died.
what's your
I resisted picking up a certain other weapon that I may or may not have. No worries.
What?
Those bastards
What?
hard to
What?
kill.
Oh. I understand.
Man,
They
damn,
are
no,
Sometimes you
heavy
pull something you shouldn't
tigers.
have.
I mean, Tigers, lots of people don't realize you can get them in between the armor, but... Yeah, they are annoying.
I only got a baseball bat, so it's not gonna do that much.
Just grab a knife. We got like at least 50 here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I might do that. Backup melee weapon.
We even have a few Wakazashis lying around.
What about you?
Yeah.
I got in my head and that's all. That's enough. Don't need more.
I meant,
Lava, not a
how are
fighter.
you?
Oh, God.
What? You mean? Oh,
How
I'm good.
are you? That's
I have
good.
yet to use one of these in combat. It's been about maybe 2 months since I've actually had to use these things.
I hate those things.
I mean-
Just giving it
I
builds me
haven't
with
even
irrational
used my
rage.
M4 yet.
This is not an MP7. This is an Uzi.
I know. Just seeing anything related to high rapid fire, it's giving me a stroke right now. I think we would have been dead 10 times over without his shield.
Yeah, fair.
Shotguns and rapid fire galore.
I think I'm ready for another fun mission of getting beaten up, stabbed, and thrown around.
Can't be more thrown
Yeah,
around
so
than me.
far.
I haven't gone on a mission recently, but you know.
Your mission was second to mall, so you don't count.
Yeah, I know.
Next time, don't bring a thief to a brawler fight.
Hmm.
You
I
should've
may
been
have
pickpocketing
muscle,
them while
but-
you were fighting.
I did.
I guess that's
I
my
didn't
cue.
get that much though. All I got was a fake Rolex from one.
Now to go find him. Let's look through the side of the building first. This whole being discreet thing is not working out for me. I'll take note of that. There is being too discreet, I think. And that is what I am doing.
team.
Oh.
James, sustained a wound.
Oh.
Going over the report.
Oh, I see.
Team 2 is deadlocked at the bottom of the lab, separated not only from Team 1, but also from the medic. But sustained very minor damage until you know several. Second or 3. Correct. Onto the gut, onto Alex, onto you now.
Mr. Shade.
Despite that, sustained very.
I'm
Yes.
sorry if I do not wish to interrupt, but you did mention it was a while back at this point that I guess you'd kind of look into working with Yuna. Has that yielded anything?
That changed after certain information Goku got.
Understood.
Now she's working with Lily. And of course Raven, still.
Of course.
What do you need to know?
No, I was just wondering. Nothing in particular. I mean, it's just you know, I wanna make sure we're all able to work together here.
Unlikely. It's not how she's trained.
Yeah.
And the situation with Lily has made it even more complicated.
Well, clearly she's capable of working with someone. We just need to.
Depending on what Toku says when I see him, I should be able to give you a full report. You and Nick. But that's
Of
if
course.
Toku clears it.
I'm probably going to have I'm probably going to need to have a talk with her regardless. I've been playing around with an idea for a while that I could use her input on. It's just finally had the time this week. It's usually I need it to. There are a lot of more important things to do than, developing a new drug that may or may not, get done. And I've gotten all of those things out of the way, so I'll need to.
Well, I need to have a talk with Lily, so if they do show up, let me know.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, I have yet to speak with this Lily, so.
She's well, she used to be an interesting character, but she's a bit different these days. Not quite herself.
Suppose I've seen them not very frequently, but on I believe both occasions they were constantly sticking around Miss Yuna, so.
Did you ever see her at the Black Market?
Actually, I think it was you who pointed it out to me.
Yeah. It's a interesting situation. Like I said, if I get clearance from Toku, I can tell you everything.
Alright.
James just goes zooming through.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Alright, well, I'll keep an eye out. I'll probably have a talk with her because I do need her input on. I was thinking of making an aesthetic. I don't know anything about bounty hunting though, or assassinations, or well, I guess it wouldn't be too useful for
An
assassins.
aesthetic. So, like, an area for surgery type of thing?
See, those an aesthetic specifically. See, those are anesthetics specifically are defined by loss of consciousness. That's you have You have painkillers, which actually numb. Then you have sedatives, which relax muscles, and anesthetics mess with consciousness. Of course, many drugs and medications kind of overlap in that department, but anesthetics are mainly used. There is some overlap.
Next time you see the Fallen, ask to speak with Sylvia.
Oh yes, no, I remember. But
We confiscated
just,
tranquilizers off her.
oh, we did. Interesting. But yeah, no, I was.
I don't know if those were ever given back. They just escaped. Actually, I think they were given back.
I was looking into.
Okay.
I was thinking of making something. Something more. I guess specific or tailored to what we need.
Good to have.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes. In most situations, the difference between most tranquilizers are usually sedatives, and in most situations, the difference between the two probably not terribly big, but.
Well, unit did want to capture 4 targets on that previous raid. So, always useful. Though it turns out that, that wasn't entirely truthful either.
Here's the thing, I guess technically tranquilizers are slightly more, have the potential to be more lethal. Because in addition to relaxing all the muscles and essentially paralyzing you, in addition to that, well, what else is a muscle? Well, your lungs.
And the
breathing.
heart.
And it can disrupt the heart too. So you do have to be careful. Those can easily turn from non-lethal to lethal, depending on the situation.
Understandable. Interesting. Those were, what was it? 4 targets, I think, she wanted captured, and then it turned out she specifically wanted to speak to Hermes instead. That was a bit of a curious circumstance.
Specifically to Hermes.
What she said.
Wonder if they've met before. I've only gotten to meet Mr. Hermes once.
They never met before. He had no idea who she was. But he did know Lily. Recognized her. She didn't recognize him.
Interesting. I mean, Mr. Hermes does get around, I guess. He seems to have his ways, so.
He does. What happens when you're at the top of the chain, you can afford to just go around and do whatever it is you want. Not really locked to one place. If anything's interesting enough for him, he'll be there.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Oh.
I'm just going over the
Not
after-action report.
Well, actually, I was the one interrupting, so if you need to get back to that. I don't know if,
I'm just editing a few things that were not quite right.
Around Foxglove.
I think it was going towards the lab.
That's possible. I actually haven't checked there. The both of you disappeared around the same time here. I thought that you actually might be together, but I guess not.
He does like to have secretive conversations with me.
Well,
Into is deadlocked at the bottom of the lab, separated not only from team members but medic.
All right,
Despite
I
that same
don't wish to
damage to is disabled with a critical wound.
disturb any longer. Oh well. Ah, right. I need to, privacy blinds. Brain, I remember. Ah, hello.
Ah. Miss Foxglove, there you are. Were you searching for me or something?
Actually not me. It was, Mr. Kaito. But he had been,
Right.
looking around the building for you, but could not find you, so, well, I,
Oh, sorry.
figured I might know the reason. Oh, no. I can, if you're busy, I can go tell him. I just wanted to, you know, if he's, going to be wandering around aimlessly, can save him the trouble.
Yes, his boasting, being a off mood, so I was just thinking about what happened yesterday. The interesting things that came from it, but I'll have this whatever talk with him then. But
All right.
sadly today we won't be able to, this week we won't be able to test, so we'll give ourselves a nice break.
Of course.
And hopefully
What we need
back.
to then double our efforts on is to make, get the conditions that we need to begin testing again. And that's what of course, we need to, double the efforts on that.
Indeed. It should be fine. I'll try to ask members of the Fallen if they have any ideas then. What they do. Perhaps try to get... Because now it's going to be a lot easier to get what they have researched already.
Yes.
Might be wary, but over time...
I'm sure within, what was it? A month?
Indeed, we just have to
Had come,
build up our friendships. Till then.
Of course.
Anyway, let's go have a talk.
I heard a blast.
I have also heard the blast.
What the hell are you doing in here?
Shooting a wall.
Oh dear. Okay, I thought. Alright, I mean, I'm used to it. I'm used to it in our usual impromptu or our usual designated shooting range, but
Here, follow us. We'll show you where everyone's been shooting for the past, what, 5,
Oh, I
6
know.
months?
In the middle of the
Mhm.
up top, second floor.
Yes, up top.
Yeah, it's like
Then why are you shooting in here? Everything alright?
Because no one comes over here.
Only about the entirety of the East Wing can hear it.
It's
It's just a warning, of course.
I guess less
No, we
less
heard it.
I don't think anybody's in danger. It's just unusual, I suppose. we thought something was wrong.
Yes.
Or something more was wrong.
Something was wrong. Potential tiger invasion. We heard it right outside the lab, so... Sound travels, so just be careful. Sorry.
Of course, yeah. Alright, well.
No.
My cape flaps whenever. He honestly could be anywhere at this point, but last I saw him, he was in the workshop.
Alright.
Ah, there's a gathering.
It was about 25 for the initial helmet, then
Mr.
35 to get it
Kaito,
upgraded to what it is
fetched you,
now.
Nicholas.
Minus all the toys I had added.
Why don't we have a chat?
Like the visor and everything.
Alright.
Hell, I don't even need to go to Isaiah. I could have the engineers here put a gas mask into it. Wasn't it difficult? I guess I'll get slick onto that. I should also get dressed. I was just lounging around. This is more convenient if the medics need to, attack me for some reason. But there's no medics around anyway, so.
There's Mr. James.
He was injured. So he doesn't count.
I see. Of course.
Of course.
When your only medic is injured, that's... That is the situation I am trying to prevent. I hope it's been going reasonably. Oh well.
What are you trying to prevent?
The situation in which your only medic is injured.
Yeah, true. He did pretty well on the mission. As that report shows.
Although we'll need to scold him slightly. I don't know if it came into I don't know if it actually ended up changing anything, but apparently gave not one but 2 of my pills to Miss Yuna, which I mean, it's great.
As far as I'm aware, yes.
It's primarily intended to keep him safe because he can keep the others safe, right? But the others can't, right? Oh well.
I don't know how many she took, but yeah, I recall her being given 2. One at the start of the mission before we went in, and then one when she was critically injured.
Ah, of course. Well, I
Don't
took
know
inventory.
if she took the second.
I took inventory. The missing pills have been returned to medical, and so one was taken by somebody.
Yuna, more than likely. James had the others.
Of course.
And like I said, she was critically injured.
Of course, of course. Something
Yes?
tells me that my bedroom is likely occupied at this moment in time.
You mean the meeting room?
Yeah,
I
it's
hate that. I hate it. I hate it.
We need an office.
remember.
Tokyo asked us to clear out the 3rd floor.
I think it's already cleared. Has been for months. We just
Oh, it's
haven't moved.
actually isn't. The 3rd floor, the
Oh,
1st floor is
It's
entirely
cleared out when
the 3rd
King
floor.
was still around.
Well, that actually was offering more resistance. I remember him almost falling through a hole in one of the floors that I don't think it was finished.
Sounds about right.
And actually has never been finished being cleared out. But
Right. Understand.
but yes, I mean, you know, it's not the worst situation. I've gotten used to it at the very least. We'll
The whole
get there
bedroom
eventually.
meetings or the bathroom or
Well, not the the bathroom. Now that
Something.
I have some strong words about.
Toku's favorite office, that one.
One, but like I don't need one.
I mean, it does like he does have
You wouldn't say
he
no.
does have
He then
the
just sit up.
toilet as his throne. He meets in the bathroom.
Alright.
I
He doesn't
wonder
even
if,
have his own room yet.
we can install a bathtub in the office on the 3rd floor. I'm sure he would appreciate it.
Up behind the window and lounge in that while surveying the hollow. We need to beautify the main
yes.
hall.
Honestly, that's
That's
more-
the
Anyone that
that's
goes
kind
in-
of the shittiest part of the hollow at the moment.
It
considering
is.
how fucked up they're going to
But
be after the
realistically, it's
mission
also
and
the
with attack.
you know, that's the main entrance. We want it to be somewhat hostile and imposing to, well, not to us, but to anyone else who might find their way in here.
That's just a question of fortifications. Easily dealt with.
Your spine out.
Barricades, walls, make essentially little baileys that they have to breach individually.
Of course.
I'm saying we should get something like an LMG from the black market, mount it up on the railing on the 3rd floor, and cover the entire entrance. That'd be perfect.
Do you have that little fancy?
Imagine the tigers
can-
come through the front door.
There is that little spot, the little walkway on up on the 3rd floor. I remember suggesting way long ago to add a little sniper lookout
Your middle spine. Do you feel that?
out the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
That whole area is a good sniper lookout. All you need to do is put metal sheets in front of those, the pillars. They're not pillars on the thing. I've forgotten what they're even called.
Wait.
You put metal sheeting across the gaps so it's protected from that angle. Then we can just shoot over.
You mean shields?
Do you know who you're talking to?
There's metal
Oh,
plate.
describe it to me. I might know.
Scrap. I will point.
Scrap?
Like massages?
Shields, usually you carry shields.
Yeah.
That's like my thing.
Yeah, you know what? That's fair.
Yeah, no, I can tell you're really getting in there.
Wow.
Honestly, I kinda want one now. Maybe not now, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check the
When did
bathroom
we
and I'm
get a
going to see
cat?
if anyone's having a meeting in there, because I'm gonna be very angry if they are.
It's good that you came out alive.
Mr. Flint has had a cat for
Yeah,
a while.
no, really good. Really
Is that
lucky.
Rusty? Where is? I don't.
Lucky, more like
Oh,
you're the
there he
only
is.
reason why we are still alive, bro.
Do you have any points where I shouldn't
Yeah, that's Mr. Flint's cat.
Just-
touch right now?
Just avoid
Or just,
like right
the
around
finger?
here and like front shoulders. Like other than that, should be mostly grazes, so it should be fine.
I'm going to make sure the cat can't knock anything over.
You know, there's like actually a way to massage like every muscle. She takes your arm and stretches it.
Does this actually work? Does this actually work? Oh my god, it actually works. Why didn't no one inform me of that?
I hope you feel better now.
Yeah, no, I can. Yeah, that does feel a lot better. Thanks.
Oh, right. Foxglove, you were in a mission, aren't you? As well.
Hmm.
Black market?
Just
You
don't
have a
want to
black
make you
market
too
mission
soft.
lined up?
Ah, yes,
Right.
that.
Don't want to be putty, but definitely don't want to be spring.
I think, what was it? Mr. Tex was sick last week. Ah, well, we'll see if I can't get hold of his contact in another way without going through him.
So, this Hermes guy, right?
Considering just going.
Yeah.
I'm sure
I've met him before. I met like
there are a few
the
black
other
market
ones,
missions
they
that can
call
be
them,
done
like,
in the
the
meantime.
Fangs or something.
Of course, of course.
I know.
The Spiker.
Ian Alex over here as well as Shade. All lined up to do something. That will be interesting.
Well, as far as I'm aware, he's like the one, like, he's like Odeli level of leadership type of thing for them. So, like, he doesn't come, down to, our level too often.
It's all good, Foxglove.
The only
We're
reason
making
he's there is
progress.
'cause the frickin'
Probably
Queen sister
slowly.
rolled him.
Oh, we are, and actually, I,
'Cause she was
you know,
scared
I
about
definitely
losing the base, and
appreciate,
so she called her back up.
you know, making use of the, making use of those pills
So it
more.
was a close fight.
Because
then.
honestly, the reason I was considering selling them is because I had so many,
We could have
and
brought it back if Hermes hadn't shown
people
up.
weren't using them.
They're
They're
getting
going
use
on-
out of we're getting use out of it. We're getting
Yes,
use out
thank
of
you
it.
very much for, realizing that, it's what I do here.
Yeah, it was definitely a fight.
I
but
mean, if
we were
unfortunately
holding her
I
own at the
can't,
very least.
if I'm not there, I can't force feed it to people. And that's but
You
so
can guarantee
Well, maybe you
that
should just
whenever I'm on a
run the
mission,
place
I'll be taking those pills,
so they can
and
So
sell
it
then
them.
might
I
have,
just see those recipients
Burn the place.
Well, we were-
that use it when you absolutely have to.
Like I said, we were trying to take it for ourselves.
I
like I said,
haven't
it was-
entirely
it
given up
was
on
gonna be
the
it was gonna
the
be a whisper
prospect of
outpost,
selling
but we didn't
drugs.
quite
It's
Selling
just
drugs.
not necessarily
Yeah.
those drugs, right? And, you
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Tex,
Yes.
it's like you delay too long, you miss
And
out on the
concrete's
deal.
kinda hard to
That's
burn.
how it works.
I mean,
Yes.
thinking
Gas
of
them
it,
out.
But
how much do you think would an ID
Yeah, I
cost
feel
at the
like,
black market?
I feel like that will probably end up being more useful
100
with us rather than.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
But yeah, I haven't
For an
entirely
ID
given up
or
on
for
the
a
thought
pass?
of
I mean, at that
selling
point,
drugs.
it's,
Just
no,
maybe
I mean,
something else
ID, that's
instead.
just a bomb.
That's a bit easier to make,
IED.
IED's improvised explosive
Yes.
device. That's not improvised. That's professionally made for.
That's true.
Oh, you want an improvised
There's
device?
C4 at that point.
Do you think they have blueprints?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably, but it's gonna be expensive, maybe.
We're running missions for them. You could probably get a discount. Make a deal.
Yeah. Or I could probably.
And I
steal
just did one for the tech guy.
We wouldn't want stuff on the black market. At that point, we're screwing
one.
ourselves
No,
way
not
down the line.
fucking black market from someone else.
Oh, well, you had to figure out who would have blueprints for making explosives, and then and then figure out whatever system they got, and don't
Weren't the
forget
Tigers-
cars and whatnot.
Weren't the Tigers packing RPGs at one point? Back when we went to raid the police station.
I do believe so.
I remember that being mentioned a lot.
That's when I was back on the train, so I couldn't tell you. I didn't. So
Did you not come along for the Tiger police raid?
I did not.
No, actually.
I do not
Right.
believe he was there. Also, I
That-
don't remember.
There was a lot of talk about RPGs.
I don't actually remember
There,
talking
none
about.
were ever used there,
Yeah, definitely none were used.
but we heard about them.
That reminds me. I was talking to Casey and Nicholas. You know my fake in a hole grenade block? I'm thinking we get firecrackers. Serve a similar purpose. Not only
Actually, I
would
wonder
it-
if we can make pipe bombs. We got a lot of pipes around.
we could
Sounds
also make a
fun.
pipe bomb, an actual pipe bomb.
Like I
But
said,
yes,
all you need is something that'll combust.
something to distract them. for a
Fertilizer.
second.
We've got
Shrapnel
some
bomb.
avid chemists around here. They could probably make something. Hell, Flint's a bit of a firebug, ask him.
Pyrotechnic, yeah.
Or even Prez, if you can get a hold of her. She hasn't been around for a while. I think she's back on the train these days.
Most likely. If you're not here,
I've only
you're
been
most
there
likely
once.
elsewhere.
Been there once, the train.
I mean, theoretically, any of the engineers could dodgy something up for you.
Well, not for me, for you guys.
Or you need the
Unless if
pipe,
you want
throw
me,
some rusted nails in. The explosive as well, that's an improvised grenade right there.
Unless if you want to pickpocket someone and drop a live grenade in their pockets.
That, wow.
Not much for stealth, but
I feel like
Actually, I'm
at
looking
that
into
point there are
making
easier ways to go
something called
about.
sphere-
There are easier
not
ways
sphere
to
bombs,
go
but
about
tar bombs for
killing
Nick.
someone at that
Yeah.
point.
that could work.
Yes,
Not a
but
bad
if
choice.
you pick someone and kick them right into a group. Kaboom.
Hmm.
It's
Would've
a,
been
it's
useful in that
if
mission.
there's a multiple people.
Imagine
But
if we
then
had
again,
one live
it's not
grenade
for
in
me.
that
It's
mission
for
and
either
just
the tank.
You could
dropped
also
it down
just
those stairs,
throw the grenade.
right into
God.
Kira
Into
and
the
the
group,
heavies
but-
and that gang of regs that they had there.
Yeah,
You're making me so happy, Shade.
probably
Except
still
I
a
did not
tiger
drop
outfit
it. I'm
and
very
see if
sad.
I can't scout any
We're
places.
going to get you grenades.
Oh, no,
I'm
that's
determined at this
something,
point.
that's something we haven't talked about.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't know.
considering
That's-
bluffing grenades until they learn I don't have
I,
grenades.
you know,
and then I throw a
that,
real grenade.
that was it. I don't know. Maybe
That's a
you know,
good
maybe
idea.
Imagine if you had
maybe it
one
might work.
live
You know,
grenade
one
on that
thing it would
mission
do,
and you
right?
just
One thing
throw
it
it down
could do
those
is it
stairs.
would make it harder for them
Yep.
to
Would've been
throw the
beautiful.
grenade back.
I need to get
Yeah.
flashbangs.
That's the
actually.
one thing.
Flashbang
Oh,
Those
no.
guys.
I switched
the thing is, I was
subject.
actually, like,
I'm sorry,
thinking
I'm
of
sorry,
getting
I
a flash
got
module
lost
for
in
my shield
thoughts.
at one point, but like,
I know it's fine. It's fine. Go with your
the problem
thought
is
right
they're
there. I'll be
expensive
listening.
and, yeah,
Yeah,
and
that-
like I
that's
said, I
the
got
only
a
thing that I
bunch of other
can-
stuff.
I maybe think that it
Well,
would do.
there's
Although
two
once
things that
again,
could be
I feel
very
like there
useful.
might be easier ways
Flashbangs
to
or
do
smoke
that
grenades.
other than, you know,
'Cause
fucking someone.
I get a small
But yeah,
adjustment made to
yeah.
my visor, and
Ways
I'm
that you
completely
can't
immune to
Well,
flashbacks would be
so I
a,
can just throw one
that
into a
would be an
crowd and go
interesting
nuts.
idea.
improvised
Other option, smoke
bomb
grenades. I
with
already
a
have
timer.
those. I can see
I
straight through it.
could go in as
In a
a
gunfight,
tiger,
I
steal a
can do that
tiger
into a
outfit,
crowd.
go in, plant it,
And there's
bombs
no
at
problem.
places.
Tear
Like
through tigers
Eric.
like nothing.
and get out of there as
True.
fast as I
That
can
Reminds me.
without
I
getting
think
caught.
most of us was here, but us getting gas masks and helmets. Because if we get
And
tear
boom,
gas,
there goes the
so
tigers.
like,
And
right,
probably
go
me,
off with
if
something
I don't
today,
make it out of there.
that would make
Yeah.
life a lot
Gas
easier.
Probably
mask is
one
just a
hell of
good
an
idea,
explosion, though.
even if we're fighting something like police.
I'm sure it would.
Because pepper
Let's
spray, tear gas, you know.
let's leave that as a last
Standard.
resort.
Oh, dear.
How about that though?
Molly's.
You don't really know me that well, do you?
So you don't burn your lungs.
I do not have
Yeah.
self-preservation anymore.
Guess,
Fiery
guess
situation.
that's up to you.
Being able to, just having anything that can make space that lets us push in.
I lack it, I mean.
Flashbangs.
So if I do die,
We can
don't
just
mourn
push a
me.
crowd.
Don't get me wrong, we did very well there.
Alright.
Like we were able to kill quite a few of them. But they had a
But
lot
I will mourn you if you would have died.
The only problem was
Well,
when
if
guns
anyone
came
would
out.
died from the whispers.
They had a lot of.
Because until then, we could hold choke
Well,
points.
I'm glad to hear that at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take care of your cactus. What was his name again?
Wait, are we talking about the cactus we stole from the Fallen base?
No.
Ah, yes, we do have a.
Foxglove has.
It's been a while since I saw Carl.
That's
has,
the
hasn't
cactus
it?
name? Carl?
He's been having a much better time over at the frog pond, but yes, I have attained a second cactus, and actually I might you know, I think I've been inspired. I might put up we can name them as a group. It's a secondary.
Start of
Oh,
the
we sold it
cactus
at pool
family.
table.
We have a pool table, don't we? Stole it from
Not the one and only, but you know.
Fallen base.
Yeah.
Well, you know, if when I die, you know what to do.
Exactly. I will delete the browser history.
On that note, I'm
Who
gonna
said
go take
that?
a walk.
Have a good one.
My browser history is fine. It's just all fucked up, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we're in
Don't
it,
be
gang.
alone.
Or I mean, if you're going to be alone.
It's taking a while, isn't it? Honestly, I'm
Yeah.
actually just going to.
Borgin.
Yeah, and just get rid of my shovel, which I've been carrying with me this whole time.
I must inform you. It feels like you have no locomotion. I don't know why.
Ah.
Seen one. Never seen a Bengal tiger.
Oh, Miss Foxglove.
Hello. I'm just here to drop off my shovel, which I have been actually carrying with me this whole time. figured I would wait, but I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm interrupting. You were, you know, and these things
No,
take
you're
a
not
while, so
joking at all.
I understand.
Remember, you do sleep here. This is your room as well, so
Yeah, this
there
is
is
your
no
room.
technically meeting
course.
place.
Of course. I
If
mean,
anything really important was being talked about, we'd lock the door, and even then, probably wouldn't, since people need to get in the room.
Indeed.
oh, I'm very glad to hear that. But yeah, no, I do, you know, I do understand the need occasionally for, you know, it's maybe not private discussion, but
Quiet discussion.
quiet, yes. You know, sometimes it can get annoying if you,
But
you can only have one conversation in a room at a time.
But to answer your original question, it's a twofold question. One, I am always here at the Hollow when people need me. And two, some people don't like Mr. Toku's actions as of late, so they have trust issues. So they come to me, or Mr. Slick. That is why. They can
Are
trust
you
us
two
to
a,
trust in Mr. Toko.
You two like a joint package.
Damn.
Gentlemen.
Wow.
Speak of the
and
devil.
lady.
Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
You mention his name and he
Do
shows
you
up.
have Pepe van? No, I'm not asking for your fucking handshake. Do you have Pepe's van fucking keys? You pass them over to me.
Okay, why?
I'm going to have a meeting with the Fallen. I'm going to get a gauge in their resources at the minute, and I'm going to extend a battle plan to them. And get things rolling again. No more are we attacking
giving them their
fucking
car
one
back?
off. I'm giving Pepe's fucking van back because I got a fucking hard on about it, so. And we have plenty of fucking cars. Do you need this? Do you need me to get a replacement?
Well, I've been using it, but
probably.
Do we have enough vehicles? We have like bikes and shit.
No,
yes,
Flint
they all
has a
have.
bike.
No,
That's
we
like
don't.
our only
think
car.
we-
Flint has a bike.
Yeah.
Jackie has her convertible. Slick has his truck, and that's it. Because Mickey and all
And
them
Grog
still
has
our
his
other
truck.
car.
Well, and Greg has just truck,
And that's it.
That
I can get that.
Have anything
fills, yeah, the Grog's truck fills, I think, most of our transportation needs, but you know, sometimes you need something a bit.
But the van was very useful
Smaller.
during small incursions and whatnot.
Yeah, smaller
I will
is
grab
can be useful.
Mickey's. I'll grab the car Mickey stole.
As much as I don't want to be that person, are we getting anything out of besides their help with giving them the van back?
Oh, well,
Well, if
get
we get the
our
car back, then it's fine.
Alright.
It's fine. But yeah, anyway. Look, we're changing plans. We're no longer going after this one-off fucking bases anymore. I think we have enough gear and we're ready enough to start making moves on Marlow City. This starting off with scouting, fucking, what's it called? Ravenholm, which
Ravenholm,
I believe
yes.
has already started. I'm gonna start there,
Yes.
make a forward operating base, and then we're gonna start making moves. Because if we keep fucking doing this cycle of just going after base, after base, after base, nothing's gonna get fucking done. We have the resources, we have the power. Let's fucking get it
Do you
done,
want
and we
me
have
to
a bomb.
I can start working on trying to investigate
Oh,
this right
Yes, that
bomb.
That
That will
bomb,
keep
yes.
people away from Marlow
What?
City from a very, very, very fucking long time. Thank fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Raven and Shade are already starting investigations at the Ravenholm. So,
That's why I'm asking if you want me to just to help.
yeah, sure.
I've already done the serum thing. I'm just waiting. I can work on the other thing.
I'll get your serum thing in order as well. I'm trying to get a hold of Victor, but he's a hard man to get a hold of. I always meant to have a
Understandable.
meeting with him and Figment, but some complications came up. So. Did have a
Nice.
meeting with Odeli today, though, so that was something.
How'd that go?
Yeah, it went pretty well.
Good.
But yeah, no,
Well-
I'm not leaving you guys hanging. I'm just making moves.
I know,
'cause-
we're fine. We
Of course,
You
of course.
can't really move on because we need serum, so.
we're taking a break for this
So-
week.
No,
Rock in a hard place
there'll be
situation.
Plenty of serums and Marlow.
I'm
Of
not gonna
course.
be able to, if I work on the Ravenholm stuff this week, get a weapon that I usually need. If you could even try to fund a katana for me, that'd be great. It's the weapon that I usually use when I fight.
Yeah, you're gonna have
Well,
to
even
ask
if it's at the
somebody else to do
market.
that, because I'm kind of
Mhm.
busy.
That's understandable.
So battle plans, finally.
Battle
I was
plans,
beginning to wonder
yes.
when we were going to start doing these.
Mhm.
We'll get started now. And
Yeah,
I've
it's,
also heard fucking news that apparently Biker is a bit loose at the minute. He's he's approached the Fallen asking to change colors.
What?
Really?
Very
So,
interesting.
but our allies aren't going to be accepting him. So, from the way they described it to me, it sounds like he said he was like losing himself and whatnot, and he's at his breaking point and shit like that. So once they deny him, it's kind of like
Just want to
gonna be
let
a
you know
mess.
that a Pips dive bar is opened.
With him, which is
If your
technically
character
a good thing, 'cause
decided
then
to
we
go
can
there, you can request of Nietzsche.
That's interesting.
So.
So.
Well, if he was
one
denied by
less
the Fallen,
person
what do you think he's going to have to him
deal
then?
He's
go
just
back
gonna
to
start
Tigers.
swinging like a madman. Well, I mean, I don't think he's officially made any leaves of taking off tiger jackets and fucking start moving and whatnot. I don't know the situation with that. So.
Alright.
Quite interesting.
You guys just spread the word, get ready, get your gear ready and shit like that for
Yeah.
the times to come. Because once that fucking Raven home is scouted and ready to fucking go, and we find a suitable place to set up a base, we're moving there, setting up a base, getting operations moving.
Is Ravenholm near Marlow?
Yes, it's like a back door.
Ravenholm
to it,
base.
and yeah.
Let's make the base there.
We make the base there. I hear there is some very dangerous creatures there. So,
such as
like something that will rip you in half.
Okay,
monstrosities.
Okay. One at a time here. Can I know generally what the abominations are like if I'm going to go scouting? If anyone knows.
Big talons, big as you, cancerous looking growths all over them.
Okay, rooftops it is.
Don't look human.
Don't get close.
Don't get
Kinda
close,
hard.
yes, and be very quiet as well.
That
They're
was the
attracted to
plan.
noise. Or so it seems.
Well, thank you for this. Thank you for this, Mr. Toku, because honestly, I think this will be great. Like I think we're all here opposing the tigers, but I think it will be very nice to have I think I've mentioned this to you, Nick, a single goal that everybody can work towards. Everybody has the same idea of what it means to work against the tigers.
Yeah. Indeed, that is why the goal has always been, Marlowe.
Exactly. So
people
we'll be able to get it fucking started.
can get everyone on the same page.
If we could borrow the airship so we can stick our bomb in there and just fly over it and drop it in there. It'd be real easy, but I don't think we'd be allowed. I imagine they have something to stop that, unfortunately.
Yes, they probably would be curious why a single lone ship is flying over them really close to the ground. I'll turn on anti-air batteries. Poof.
But, don't engage the thing under any cost because you probably will die. And I don't think there's any viable way of us to kill this thing, so we're going to have to be careful when operating in this area. It's bad, obviously, to have, a monstrous, murderous thing roaming around while we're trying to do our stuff in the base. But it's also a pretty good fucking guard dog, because apparently it kills tigers too. So, that's why people stay away from it.
So you're telling me I have
heard
to deal with something that's a rogue
that it was the entire area was glassed.
Yeah, I was told that the Federation came through and swept the area.
Well, they I think tried, and I don't think it was glassed. Those reports might have been wrong, but we'll find out when we get there, or when our scouts get there and tell us what it's all about. Try and find
sure
a
not to die.
good place to set up base and spread that to Shade and Raven.
Do you want me to look for files?
Do you mind if
reports,
I
things that
hand
I'm
the
done
keys
there?
over personally, since I was the one using the van? And I'd rather much very like to get better rapport with them to try to exchange research, or at least get research from Miss Marge.
You know what? Usually I'd say no, but fine. Come along, Poindexter. I'm meeting with them right now.
Poindexter.
Oh, wonderful. Well, that certainly went well.
Question before Toku walked in.
Hmm?
Are you and Nick a package deal? Like, you guys work together?
Well, we do. I mean, we work the lab together, so yes, that does
Besides
require
the
a
serum
bit.
research.
Mm,
Oh, come on, Foxglove, I'm not a dumbass.
I mean, I suppose, you know, we work together outside of the lab as well. He's a smart man, I guess. Oh. Welcome back.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's, yeah, Mr. Nick is, interesting.
Indeed he is.
I suppose you could say we share the same goals, which is what, makes it, I guess, especially
That's
easy
good.
for us to work together. And, that's actually what we've been trying to do, right? We've been trying to get everyone on the same page, so to speak. Because, you know, there's, as I just mentioned, we can, you know, we can all say, yeah, you know, fuck the tigers, you know. But people, you know, different people
Lots of
have
people
different
like
ideas.
to talk about action and not like to do actions.
It's not just that. It's not just that. It's, even those who actually do actions, people have very different ideas of what it means to be against the tigers. And the problem is, right, the problem is when you have different ideas, you know, those different plans that everybody has or different methods that people use, they, you know, you kind of get in each other's way.
Point, it seems.
You end up getting in each other's
Trying
way.
You're trying to micromanage us.
Oh, no,
Smart.
no. Nothing, I don't,
Maybe
I
a
don't
bad choice of words,
nearly
but-
have the authority to do that. It's more so
And I don't care whether you do it or not.
Direct-
I just had an entire conversation with Nick about this.
directing everyone
just doing
towards
work.
the same goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been, well, I guess we've been pushing for this Ravenholm mission for quite some time, and glad Mr. Toku finally sees the merit.
What do you think's there?
Oh, me, I have no idea. I've only heard stories. And only second-hand stories, not even first-hand, so. Those tend to be,
Well, if I do find out anything, Toku and then you and Nicholas will be the first to know.
Wonderful. Yeah, will probably be quite relevant, to what we're doing
Funny how
in
we
the
are going
lab.
to start something we have no idea.
Knocking on the door.
It's
It is open. Welcome.
Cool. Howdy. I was told to come talk to you too about something about
wonderful.
orders.
Yes, Mr.
What is
Toku.
yeah? Okay, sit down. Let's have a discussion about scouting.
Yes.
Right.
All right.
You two can have that discussion, I
Toku
suppose.
has James probably should stay here too. Well, actually, I would like everyone to stay in this room because I would think it would be good to get on point with what I
Yeah,
was
more
thinking
the merrier. We're
Alright.
about to have
Yeah, everyone get in the room. About to... Who is here in the hollow?
You want to bite on my bagel?
I think me too.
Actually,
Yeah, let's get that.
Actually, I don't know. I don't think you. Perhaps if we have more people, then
Well,
we
what
might
is
have
it
a
then?
more generalized
waiting-
talk
we're waiting.
rather than.
Waiting
not
for,
yet,
for
you know.
Mute to get
Of
here, and then
course.
we'll just give the quick rundown of what we're trying to do, because Toku told us to spread the word, we'll spread the word.
Of course.
Okay.
Gang's all here.
I said to
Go
come
ahead.
to you guys, so.
Wonderful.
So,
Where's-
Toku had just joined in when me and Nicholas were having a little chat, and he told us to start making moves on Marlowe City, which means we are going to start with Ravenholm. I know you and Raven have already started to scout out the area.
He scouted
I'm going
it.
to be
I'll get a full
joining-
report on that to you as soon as possible.
I'm gonna be joining that scout, so like a report. I'm gonna be scouting, and I'm probably gonna take someone else with me, maybe a third member. I don't want too many people who might slow us down because I've been told there's abominations there, so that's fun.
Well, like I said, we've already scouted it, so
I know you
get all
already
that
have,
intel
but
too.
we're waiting for the intel.
Is there anyone in this room who needs the history lesson on Marlow City or Ravenholm? I suppose. I don't know how busy. Yes, I thought so.
Oh, I mean.
Well, I mean, you know, it's.
You can just
Yeah,
give
just
the
a-
just give the.
Go
Of course, of
Brief-
course.
brief work.
Just go for it.
All right.
Yeah, just
Very
Here.
quickly. Marlow City is a. Well, I suppose you could say it's a tiger base, but it's not just a base. It's you know, it's basically a city-sized facility where
Oh.
the tigers conduct all sorts of unspeakable tests. Well, as Mr. Kaito mentioned, there are mutants that roam the streets around the area.
Are this the same mutants as the ones that put, like, scrap in their body? Like,
Different.
nails and stuff? Or are those different?
I've been
Different?
told.
Different.
No,
Okay.
No.
Because I have to deal with those when we go to the warehouse.
Yeah, no, it's
And I'd
different.
like some more info on them if I can.
Of course.
But
So
that could be for
I
later.
haven't
I don't
I
believe-
haven't
I
seen
don't
them.
believe those are
I've
affiliated
only
with
heard
Ravenholm.
I've only heard stories and secondhand stories.
Okay,
That's to
did,
say,
did
but-
those things come close to killing you? Like, at all?
We didn't go yet.
Oh, okay. Well, as I've been told, if I get near this thing, it will rip me limb from limb.
Yes,
so
it's,
I think
I
it's a bit more
heard that
dangerous
too.
and different.
huge talons the size
So
of a
like
person.
a Hulk, but
Yeah, talons the
right,
size
like
of a
a
person.
Hulk, but animalistic.
Mutant boils,
Excuse me.
cancerous.
Tell
That's what I've heard. I don't know how much
Thanks,
of that
I
is
know.
true. I'm going to given
I
our
mean,
situation,
but
I'll operate under
What
the
I'm
assumption that
imagining is
most of it
it's
is. Most of it likely is.
Possibly a deformed human. Possibly something that, is able to
So what I'm hearing
quickly
is we're gonna have to get something to shred
sounds like a
through its
Hulk,
skin.
but badly irradiated or some shit.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's Marlow City. Outside of Marlow City, there's a I guess a smaller facility called Ravenholm, and well, our scouts have already been hard at work scouting that place out, and
Okay.
we shall be, I guess, focusing our assault on. that
So what
place.
I'm hearing is I need to design something that can get through their skin if they're these hulking masses.
be nice,
Um,
but I think what we should work on right now is preparing for it. I mean, once we have the intel, then you can do that. Just in general,
Yeah.
I think would be
Um,
better
Just-
to-
When you get the intel,
One
let me
thing, though.
know, and then I'll be able to work on a design.
Judging from the sound of that, melee isn't going to be the go for that. Or
Don't
just
engage
I
with them,
don't-
I've been told.
better to
Don't
just
worry.
shoot
Don't
them
engage.
if we have to fight. Exactly.
I've been told not to
If we have
engage.
to
Well-
fight them, we're not going to do it hand to hand. It's not like they're going to shoot back if we start firing. So, if we do have to fight
Honestly,
them, it's
if it
fire and
honestly-
retreat.
Which is my only guess here, if it is something to do with the serum. It might be smart to work on a counter serum. Something that we can shoot.
Oh,
shoot
no
at.
worries. That's been the
I
plan all
don't need
along.
to make only melee, you know that, right?
Perfect.
That's been the plan
Well,
all along.
And when it
Sadly,
comes to
getting
something
at-
to tearing
we
apart,
are taking
I don't
somewhat
think
of
that's what he
it.
was getting at. I think he's just getting at the fact of we just run no matter what.
well,
current
if they
line, at
come
least.
here, we're gonna have to defend ourselves.
They won't.
They're not
They
coming
won't.
They
here.
come
We're
here.
going
Hello.
there.
If they come
Well,
here,
These
yeah,
aren't-
I'm just saying in
These
future.
creatures, they're not.
Well,
They're not tigers.
they won't
They're
come
not,
here anyway. If they set foot
a
in
lion. It's
Zephyra,
not.
the
It cannot be
Zephyran
controlled.
Council
So
and the
Yeah.
Federation would
they
gloss
roam
them.
the
Well,
streets,
yeah.
and
well, we get glass, so
it's
yeah, no.
It's not like they'd come here anyway.
we
They're not
want to
intelligent.
kill
Yeah,
them?
they don't
We
care
say-
about District Zero. They'd glass it.
Well, if we could, that would be wonderful. That would make all of our
Yeah, if
lives
they
Then,
come
get,
here, we're
then
fucked.
that's what I'm saying. Get me
Well, they'd
intel.
glass it if there was an outbreak.
But
if it was just one
considering
or two.
how,
Be able to figure something
send
out.
heavy units
considering
and
how
kill them.
The
we've
main
been
thing is that
working on counter
Corp level extermination team.
Hulk measures this whole time to little effect.
So
I imagine the mutants
also
might be.
I've been told to stay on topic with Marlowe and Ravenholm. Ravenholm is supposedly a backdoor into Marlowe, from what Toku has told us. We're going to be trying to find a place to set up shop there for a bit. A base, as it would be.
a fob.
I don't know if it's so much of an
Yeah, fob.
back door, but it's an outpost very near.
That's what he said. He said it's a backdoor into Marlowe.
It's,
Taken just
it
what
can
he
function
said.
as one, I suppose. It's
Let's try not to
near
let's try
enough.
not to mix information here.
Of
All I'm
course.
trying to say is what Toku has said.
Of course.
Speculation aside, we're gonna need to find a place to set up base. We're gonna need to find a way to secure it. So, moving vehicles, moving supplies once we have it checked out. I don't know
Question.
how safe the. Yeah, go ahead.
Did he say anything about working with the Fallen on this?
Yes, he said that he is working with the Fallen on it. It's actually one of the reasons
Good,
why
then
Nick
transport.
has left with him right now to go give the van back. Supposedly Pepe.
Huh.
Pepe's
Yes.
van or something.
Oh, we're getting a van back
That's
at
not
least?
the best move.
No, we're getting a car
Nick
back,
and
I
the
think.
Fallen.
Oh.
So,
Anyway, if we're working
Another
with the
thing-
Fallen on this, transport's fine. They have a
Is
ship, a spaceship.
what the
So
fuck?
supply transport, that's easily solved.
Mr. Shade, we
Yeah,
do.
it's nice. I've seen it.
Nick has. I think it would be very, very actually beneficial for specifically him to build some rapport. We're not the only ones doing research on serum. And actually, I do believe they might
I'm
have a
aware
head
of that.
I do
but-
believe they have a head start.
You're aware of something else. I'll talk to you about that later.
Of course.
Hmm.
In any case, I
Back
did.
to the
Stay
topic
on
at hand.
topic, people. Stay on topic. Alright. So, what we know, we are going to scout out the area, set up a fob, make sure that the abominations don't come near us or things like that, and possibly if we need to find a way to dispatch them. And then we start working on Marlowe. Everyone on the same page?
Yeah,
That sounds
we need
more or less like
deterrence
what.
for those big things.
Yeah, that sounds like more or less what.
You can't just outright kill them.
Toku said.
Yeah, just something to keep them out of our area.
I'm
what I
sure.
was
I'm
supposed
sure
to be
we'll
reading,
have.
so-
I'm sure we'll have more detailed plans whenever we get intel on. More intel.
Well,
So,
But yeah, I
we'll
suppose to
figure it
the
out.
to the two of you who are in this room,
That's
that is
everything I need to
now
make
our
a
number
call.
one priority.
ahead.
In a sense, is preparing for that.
if there's anything else that comes up, fill me in later.
Yeah, I got you. Alright.
Alright.
Is anyone
If you have any questions?
confused about anything? Yeah.
No.
Cool. Alright, if someone asks you, just remember to tell them the very basic things that we have discussed. Just scouting the area, setting a fob, staying with the abominations, and getting it back to Orange Marlowe.
Okay.
Oh, and working with the Fallen, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Well, we do have we do have that peace treaty, so I hope everyone will observe that.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
Oi.
All right. Well, wonderful. I believe that's it then for now.
That is it.
Well, I'm glad I,
Sorry. Ooh.
Pardon you.
I'm glad I, went out looking for that, rebreather then. Might put a pause on the machete. Might have, slightly different priorities going forward.
Might want to work on. So, I have been told that Isaiah sells helmets or builds them pretty cheap. I'm thinking that it'd be smart to get one of those. Helmet, simple rebreather in it.
It probably
do
would
that
be,
for
wouldn't it?
50,000, maybe a bit more.
Yeah. Also, about that guy, he did want to... He invited me to work with him for a while.
Take it.
So
Please do.
hopefully, maybe I could get a
Yeah.
little
Please do.
better prices. Maybe?
I don't know if he's gonna give you discounts, but I think he'd definitely teach you a thing or two.
Yeah.
He seems to, well, aside from the obvious benefit of working together with Mr. Isaiah, he also seems to know a thing or two about the hulks that we've had so much trouble dealing with.
Then I'll casually bring it up in conversation. Easy peasy.
Maybe not. Actually, we have a series of. I think we have. We're already doing
best
work
not to
for
bug
him.
him too much about it.
Of course not. Don't be too forceful. But I believe we actually already do have a deal with him. You know, he'll tell us more if we complete what he has given us. But yeah, it's something to think about. I just would like you to be aware, if you're going to be working with him, that is an option, because he seems to know a bit more than,
Well, I'll try to get on his good side, see what I can do, see what I can figure out from time to time, you know?
Yeah, you mentioned, perhaps making a weapon to, get through the skin of the mutants. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he knows.
If it comes down to that, maybe we could figure it out. Yeah.
Possibly.
Seems like he might have
I
the
know they're working
experience
on a thing to get rid of Hulks already.
That is what I was referring to.
Something called the Titan Killer.
That is what I was referring to, Mr.
Right, I'm
Isaiah
just saying
seems to be knowledgeable on the subject. Actually, the whole black market crew probably knows at least a little bit. I mean, they had one fight for them in the pit one week.
And
Tex knows.
I'll figure it out.
All right.
Of course.
We have been given our orders, and we will do them as such.
Wonderful.
Of course.
One last time. Scout out Ravenholm, set up a fob, avoid the abominations, work with the fallen, get a backdoor into Marlow City.
And if anyone needs any repairs on their weapons or anything, just let me know. And armor
And this
as
is
well.
the thing to
I will
anyone
be able
in
to do
here.
that.
I am not able to go looking for a weapon that I need, sorely need, to fight with this week, since I will be looking into Marlow City or Ravenholm and scouting the area. If anyone could look for a katana for me, that would be great.
Okay. Do you want... Okay, never mind. I'll just find you one.
I can see
Don't
if I can
need
try
make
to
you
buy
one.
it at the market next week, unless... Do you have a forge ready?
If we have the time.
I don't know how to carry you. If it's ready or not. It's almost done, I think. I've been working on it a lot.
I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up again when it comes time for people to go out looking for things at the end of the week.
That's good. Trying to think. Katanas are fairly simple in design, but it's a fun technique that I'm not. That is.
I
work.
know a bit of things. You don't need to fold it 100 times. You just need to fold it like 4. The overfolding
Yeah.
is just a exaggeration. process.
I know.
Told it 100
I
times.
need to,
You won't steal.
And
I think
need
that was
to,
just because of the type
specific
of
types
steel it used to
alloys for each
use.
side is the problem for me.
Modern
I'll have to
steel's a
find the
lot
right
less
scrap
faulty.
for it.
It's easier.
Right.
Because we have to have 2 different alloys for each side to make it work
Yeah.
proper. That's my worry. Though, you know, I am thinking
buy
I
it.
might look at that alien
How much they're gonna sell
thingy.
me it?
I'm
That'd be
trying to
really
figure
cheap
out
at the
these
market, honestly.
aliens.
Reason why I'm asking
Pretty
if you're gonna
mundane.
buy it,
Ale.
just buy it, because might be simpler. And hell, if
Talk
I
to
get
Rocket.
broken money, I can always bring it to you to get fixed.
Fix it, yeah,
Rocket
no
bought
problem.
one.
Motherfucker.
I might need
cheap.
to look into
Rocket bought
got
one.
one.
Talk to her.
getting somewhat of
Rocket bought one,
She can direct you to a place.
probably.
might need to look into getting somewhat of an upgrade for these things then. They're
The problem is I can't go buy it this week. That's why I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
talk to Rocket, maybe see if she can go buy it.
of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rocket's good at acquisitions.
Anyway, yeah.
Once the
Sometimes
forge is
much more
done,
to
I can,
discuss in this
of
meeting.
course, do
Well,
all
if
this
we're
stuff.
going to Marlow, I'm gonna want to get armor ripping blades then. Definitely.
Hopefully you can afford them. Last time I
Market
looked at
job.
Black Market Friendly, they said they didn't have them in stock.
Yeah, I talked to Sativa about it a previous week. It's not unreasonable, and if we get enough credits from these
Fuck.
heist jobs, I'll easily have enough and then some.
Anyway.
I was thinking 1 armor ripper, 1 electric, maybe. Yeah.
You did mention something earlier about needing to talk to me about something though. Just
In my room.
there's something that I need to know. I can't think of it.
Well. You
one of
remember
those.
back when we had a bunch of friendly fallen staying here? After we just taken over their home. Yeah, and a bunch of them were thinking of leaving. But then Nick lost a couple of fingers. And was suddenly very eager to stop that plan from going through.
Mm-hmm.
From my talks with Fallen after the treaty and everything, there are suspicions of something of the sort. So this whole thing of Nick building a rapport with them, trying to get on good terms with them, might not go over too smoothly. If they are indeed suspicious of him trying to keep the people.
I see. I mean, he is the type to arouse those sort of suspicions. Honestly, I've been meaning to, I've been meaning to, I guess, take part in that, maybe be somewhat of a friendly face.
Yeah, I'm already playing that angle. On the plus side, Nick's a good liar, so he should be able to talk his way through it, but if any problems do arise.
Well, I suppose I can ask him about it. From what I've heard, previously I was staying out of it, and the reason being, right, when you have to work in secrecy, I was more so focusing on I guess gathering information about new members that were joining the Hollow?
Now we're taking Marlowe and Raven home together, so I guess we'll have to be on as
Yeah, so,
friendly terms as possible.
yeah, and at that point in time, it, didn't really make sense for, right, and that's a whole big thing, right? I mean, working apart will end up getting you in more trouble than usually, more often than not. And so, I stayed out of the whole.
Yeah.
I stayed out of the whole Fallen thing. He let Mr. Nicholas handle that. I believe he's kept me, at least as in the loop as much as he can. But I suppose now with the way things are going, I suppose there's really no need for me to stay out of things anymore.
Sure.
It's one of those things where, I mean, especially after he lost some fingers, well, if something had happened to him, I would have taken over, but thankfully it didn't come to that.
Yeah, at least he wasn't blamed for the other
Also, I
three
just realized I'm
departing.
missing a finger on this model.
Just something to be cautious about if they start digging in that regard.
Of course, we shall be, I'll keep that in mind. Though I think we would have trouble, with the research angle regardless. That's why I'll probably add my face to the mix.
Well, Marge is their lead researcher, and she is rather hostile towards Whisperers. So it's going to be difficult either way.
Well, I have made that observation.
Yeah.
Yes, I've definitely made that observation. Yeah. I've avoided talking any business with her or her. I guess I think it was Yarick, the one who follows her around. Didn't want to be too forceful, but I might attempt to.
A Russian bodyguard.
Yes.
He's an interesting one.
Well, it will be quite interesting. I mean, I feel like that will be quite difficult. I feel like the most difficult part of working together in this regard is that I believe they do have a head start on us in terms of research. And we are also currently kind of stuck between a
Technically, but they
rock and a hard
don't have the
place.
facility.
Of course, no, they don't have the facility.
So I'd say you're roughly even, honestly.
Which is limiting, but also in a sense, they have less to lose not having a facility, which makes
Sure.
Which makes probably makes reckless experimenting a bit more justified for them. In any case, I imagine if any trade of information they probably would have more to offer us than we would have to offer them. So it would be, at this moment, I feel like it would be somewhat of an unfair exchange, and well, that will likely complicate things.
Not
a bit
if we're
further.
pushing Marlowe together. Nothing unfair about it if we're pushing Marlowe
Of
together.
course, of
and
course,
need everything
if,
we can get for both sides.
Of
At
course,
this point,
of course.
it's their lives on the line as much as ours.
That is true. But consider the optics of the situation. If they're going to have a hard time trusting.
They're not going to say no to They're not going to say no to more information if it keeps their people alive after they know
Oh, of
what
course,
Marlowe and
nobody,
Ravenholm are
of course,
already.
no one would say no to, offering information for free. But if it's, the moment we start talking about trading information, especially when, I feel like the Whisperers have been getting more out of deals than they have. I feel like might eventually start saying no. Well, we'll see. We'll get to that when we get there.
Not likely, because in this scenario, what we stand to offer is a hell of a lot of firepower.
That is true.
Even on a council level, if Toku can swing some resources in that direction. The amount of support we can offer them taking Marlowe in return for a bit of research information is immense.
Of course. That is true. We'll see. We'll have to definitely play that angle, though. I feel like a simple trade of information won't be enough in this regard.
Might be, depending on how Toku's talk with them goes.
That's just the well, we'll see, I suppose. But that's just the feeling I'm getting, considering how quickly.
Because ultimately, it's a decision for Anne, not Marge. So her opinion on the matter won't mean a thing. It'll be whether or not Toku and Anne can negotiate for that.
That is fair. I mean, see, I was thinking I would be cautious on my end if I were in that situation, and a month was the given period. Was the period given immediately after the topic of research was brought up, mind you. So.
But that was before Marlowe was brought up.
Of course.
I might try making that call again. Didn't get a response.
If you need to, go for it. I'll probably.
I plan to. Have fun.
Need to wait around for Mr. Nick to return because I do have some things to speak with him about as well. Oh.
Pat the mute.
You doing all right? I don't know.
Actually, let me grab.
Good luck with. Oh, there he goes. Are you going? Oh, there.
Somewhere to make all.
Understood.
Yeah.
Fairly empty. I wonder where everybody went. I certainly didn't get any messages about anything. Oh well. definitely look into getting a second chair. Everybody really go to Pips? Yeah, I think everybody went to Pips. Alright, how do we do this? How do I... Things are already in motion and getting myself into it, so I have not been forceful enough. I've not been forceful enough of... I could send him a text.
Foxglove, so you get a text message from Echo saying, "Do you want anything to eat? I'm gonna go hit up Four Guys. If you want anything."
Where's my Discord? No thank you. Yeah, that's, Alright, let's see. I will, however, send Mr. Nicholas a text, but not in comms. Because, right, let's see.
Yarrow, if you have the time, Shade would be getting to receive a phone call. Main chat voice 1 if you are available.
When do I actually send, though? Hope things go well. Actually, there's really not much for me to send. Now that I think about it. I should just go talk to people. We'll just take the opportunities. I'll be slightly more forceful about it. And by slightly, I mean significantly. Probably the last one here. You know what? It's been a while. I'll have to update this model. And there's no one here. Ah. Welcome.
Oh, what a great meeting. 10 out of 10. Where you going to? You leaving? Leaving us?
Maybe, I don't know. I mostly went out to get some water, and there was also nobody here, so.
Yeah, there's only 2 of us here. I need to just speak with Lone because we're hot wiring a car and I want to roll for it.
I mean, I also need to speak with Lone. I just didn't want to do the whole in Discord, you're receiving a text in the middle of meeting, so. Mr. Toku.
Yes. Ah, yes. Perfect.
It's the guaranteed crits.
Okay. We're rolling for this. 10 or higher, and then the car works. Okay?
Oh no.
Alright. Try, give me a d20.
Oh.
Now I'm gonna go first, and then I'll let you go.
Okay, that's good.
If it's like
10.
a critical failure, I'll say we like fucked up the power in the car or something. We need to replace the battery.
The car alarm goes off.
You set off the alarm, yes. Police come.
Alright, with a 17, I flawlessly hotwire the car, and we get home safe and sound.
Roll another again for a. Oh, is it the same car that that Alex took, or is it a different car?
It's the car that Mickey took.
Okay, so it is Alex. Okay. We got a car. Damn.
Poggers.
Nicholas,
We got our car back.
You would have received.
We need to talk.
Yeah, you would have received a text about talking. I just didn't want to do the whole Discord thing, because you know.
He's deafened
You
anyway.
have, I've learned something that changes a lot of things that we know.
Yeah, no, I've
or assumed.
I wanted to talk to you too. I just didn't want to do the whole Discord thing, so you know you are
yeah,
receiving
everyone
things,
was.
thing.
No, the abominations.
Ah, this. Oh Christ! I
Yeah,
want
I need
one.
to- No,
Okay,
I don't
I
want one. No, I don't want
I
one.
want a pet.
No, I don't know.
Man, I'm going to actually need to
He
get
will.
guns at
If
some
one
point.
looks like a
Where
cat, he'll take it.
I need to.
wanted the
I really
machete,
want to get
but
this confirmed with. But
yeah, wanted the machete, but we'll be going
because
for. Yes, the color change.
I can't figure out how to burn this jacket. I
Why
can't figure
isn't
out how
it
to burn
burned?
this jacket.
it is.
Just remove the
out of
jacket.
character.
Keep the nice shirt and tie.
Burn it.
No.
Do you know where
It's
we
a
went?
cursed
We
jacket.
went to soup.
He went to soup.
We did go to soup.
Do you know where? Yeah. Do you know where
Fucking
soup
soup.
actually is?
Where?
Super Kmart. They have miniguns in the back.
Two.
Guns in the back.
Yeah, they do.
Christ.
Like it's crazy. Like I found the map. I'm like, oh, this will work. This will work perfect. So we went to Kmart's, aka also known as that Kmart specifically as soup. I invented soup, so I get rights.
Do you? Do you really?
Yes, I did invent the soup meme in Gang RP.
Oh dear. No, don't worry. It's only in the dimensional box. It's only in the dimensional box.
I need to kill this one. I have a
Why?
broken
Why
leg
do you need to
because
kill
of
me? Well, what the fuck? That's
Don't
not
worry,
my fault.
I'll start digging your grave right
You went
here.
to that school to get
Stop.
you fuck.
Just
Ah, no, she'll never get me. She's a shit shot.
You, yes. Yes.
Alright, well, off I go.
Oh my god, so much. That changed everything.
yeah,
If
we
what
do. Yeah, so you
I
would have
heard
gotten
is
into.
true.
I was about to like type it out, but then I figured you'd probably be coming back anyway. So,
You saw. You were watching.
I was not. I don't watch streams.
What did you learn then? What did we need to talk?
I don't think I really learned anything that I didn't already know.
Oh, I've learned something very important. Our little assumption that we had is not true. Grr. I can't tell you.
James.
And I was not expecting us to actually start going for Marlowe this early.
Neither
No.
did I. I'm really happy. Yeah,
We're
really.
not ready. We're not ready.
Now, what's this
I couldn't
assumption? Well, no, we're not, but
We're not, and we'll find out that we're not ready very fast, which is good.
Oh, yeah.
Good news.
Yep.
I can't tell you because she knows you don't. He doesn't. So.
she knows you don't, he doesn't.
Oh
What?
yes. By the way, we took a nice car back.
Yeah. See,
Yes,
I don't.
this is a piece of information not even you know, Mr. Shade.
See, I don't.
Yeah, I know, it's because it's
It is
research-based, and I
unfortunately
don't
now
give a
that you
shit about the
mentioned.
research.
Unfortunately, now that you mentioned, I have a suspicion about what it might be, but
Look at him.
Oh well, whatever. Well,
I don't think you do, actually. Here.
you.
I'm coming back in the garage. You guys get in there, and I'll look through, and we'll do whatever we want to. Then
All right. Yeah. I see. I was just.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys are going in?
Yes, your bones.
I guess
I also have this, which does a number on bones.
Back into my spot if they're coming in.
Oh well. We'll just sit here. Literally only left because there was nobody in the lobby. So. Otherwise I would have continued sitting here.
Oh, I see you're in my chair.
Well,
Right.
it's a bit easier to work from this one.
I've learned something very interesting. Which we probably need to talk about here very soon. Preferably actually right now.
Yeah, how did everything go? I was actually meaning to ask.
The meeting with the Fallen... Oh dear. The meeting with the Fallen went well. It's what I learned after talking with Mr. Mickey. That changed quite a bit of things. You know these abominations that we've been talking about at Ravenholm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently they're not related at all to the serum.
Wonderfully interesting. That is what I thought.
Yes, it
I mean...
raises quite a few questions to things.
If that's the case, what are they doing there? Well, no doubt it's probably similar things, but...
Yes. Apparently those abominations are actually due from teleporter malfunctions. So they're just there, not connected to anything. Makes no sense.
That... teleporter malfunctions, huh?
Exactly. Apparently if you have a mutation or something wrong with you, then if you were unlucky, it would spend tenfold.
I'm sure more will be revealed, however, if once we get our intel from scouts.
Indeed.
After all, we've been functioning off of just reports. I don't know, maybe some of them were first-hand, most of them second-hand, I believe. So, honestly, it would be nice to have actual first-hand accounts that haven't been muddied by, information being spread around.
Time is a very dangerous corrosive.
Because that is indeed something that well, I suppose it changes stuff on our end. It changes very little on everyone else's, though. At the very
Indeed.
least.
It's a lot to think about.
I'm sure I'll have the time. Or we'll have the time. But I suppose other than that, how did it all go? How is how are they doing? How are you doing?
Well, we had to walk quite a bit, but we had to hire a car. But otherwise than that, I'm doing fine. I'm just have lots and lots of questions now, and need to think about things. I also need water. Quench.
Of course.
Now we move this conversation to our room.
Of course. Yeah, I only ask because, I have some ideas.
You only ask.
Just what I wish to avoid.
Welcome back.
Oh, hello.
Thank you.
Wish to avoid stepping on your toes, mostly.
My toes. What do you mean by that?
It's just... You know how it is. I wish to know what has been done and what yet needs to be done. Because, you know, there's no sense in I've mentioned probably taking a shift in focus on my part. You know, previously I was mostly focused on learning about, I guess, new members of the Hollow. It's been going pretty decently. I mean, I think I've managed to at least motivate some of them to find their, I guess, find their little niche. But yes, I was previously, I was, of course, staying somewhat out of the way, you know, as we discussed, not only to stay out of the way, but also just to avoid the situation in which, well, when we had to do things with a little bit more discretion. But we don't have to do that anymore, so I've been, you know, I
Indeed.
suppose I don't need to operate with the same discretion. Yeah, Miss Yuna. A shame she was not here today, but seems to be the more I learn, the more of a liability she seems to be, unfortunately. I was thinking of finding an excuse to speak with her, especially since Mr. Shade said at some point he would investigate, but apparently that has not, apparently things had changed. We're no longer, there was talks about them working together, but apparently that did not come through, so he said he hadn't learned much. Other than what we already know, probably.
Probably.
But yes, the more I hear from you, and also the matter of the other individual, Miss Lily, who I have not yet had the chance of actually meeting. I question if, Well, actually, I don't question. I think, Miss Yuna seems to have trouble working together with others, but I think there's at least one person that she can work with, so I think, I think that can be worked with. Probably.
Perhaps.
In any case, something needs to be done because, judging from the report, which I'm sure you've heard most of it, I was talking with Mr. Shade about it a bit. He was going over the report himself. From what I've heard, it's, I believe this, Miss Yuna will become a liability in more ways than one, so. That was one
Indeed.
thing. I don't know what's going on with Mr. Jester. He seems, he had some fairly, erratic words for me earlier. He seems, I don't know. I'll probably have to follow up on that. Make sure he doesn't do something stupid because it, He was speaking very very fatalistically, I would say, which is never good. Might want to keep more of an eye on him. And that's probably all I have to report on our end. But I did want to suggest, now that we no longer need for discretion, that's the real reason, I guess, or the main reason I wish to speak with you. If I could be of assistance, I feel like now there's no point in me not or avoiding speaking with the Fallen. At this point, information gathering can.
Indeed. And with everything going so quickly at the moment, we can't afford not to at this rate.
That is true.
Fuck.
And yeah, on that topic.
To go this fast. We're not prepared.
That we are not.
Not everyone has gas masks, which is what we need, especially within Ravenholm. Fuck.
Oh, I have high confidence that we can at least do that much. We are preparing to go to Marlow, which needs to be.
We have enough
that is
time
highest priority. But I dearly hope that the preparing is what is stressed first, and we don't just go there tomorrow, because that would be very, very foolish.
Yes, that is something that we're going to need to do. Get everyone prepared. Gas masks for everyone. That covers the eyes as well. Helmets preferred, but...
But if those, if those...
The problem
mutants...
is as well is that they're going to be trying to use a bomb to destroy Marlow City.
I mean, I assume it is that bomb.
Yes, that bomb. That will destroy everything.
how big is this bomb even? And how big is Marlow City?
I don't know, and I don't know.
I
But that's what
can't
they're banking off of,
imagine.
a singular bomb.
Yeah, a
On a
singular.
truck, they drive in the truck,
I
and then
can't.
they shoot it from the
I
spaceship
mean, see, this
that
is
the
where
Fallen have.
I can't imagine. I mean, I'm sure. I've heard speculations, right? I've heard the speculations as to this bomb, but I can't imagine a single bomb being able to take out the
This
entirety.
bomb is made out of white phosphorus, napalm, and mustard gas. It'll do a lot of damage, destroy maybe a couple city blocks. But the entirety of the city, that won't work.
Exactly. I mean, that's not a single bomb. I feel like I can't imagine that we would have something like that just sitting here. And if we do, well, then they are it's grossly negligent in that case. Destroying a building, maybe a couple of buildings, sure. But yes, it's I highly, highly doubt he'll be destroying the entirety of the place with just a single bomb. We will have to even many bombs, honestly.
No, the problem is if we try to destroy it and then just leave, then they're going to rebuild it.
Of course.
Even if we take out
We
their
have
main
to-
scientists that
We
they
have to take it first, and then destroy it.
Indeed. Apparently they have a couple scientists there that spearhead the operation of Merlo. But the thing is that I was trying to get across, there's thousands of scientists in the world.
Of course.
Mr. Malleus only needs 2. Or hell, even 1.
Of course, that is replaceable. At the end of the day, especially if the information is not destroyed as well with it. Yeah, but the mutants.
We need to make more. We need to get more scoutings first.
Of course. I don't wish to. I actually wish to avoid even attempting to plan specifics until we get more information. Honestly, it will likely be completely pointless to do so. But yes, the mutants, if they indeed are unrelated, that would change things, because I was going to ask you about the dealings with Miss Marge, if that got anywhere, but we will need to see. I mean, honestly, that information will probably be quite useful regardless, but it might be, in that case, it would be significantly less helpful in the short term.
Yes, apparently those mutants are unrelated to the serums at all entirely. So any associations, connotations, anything of the matter of the mutants, possibly being like a precursor to the serums or whatever, are completely false. The first talk was the first talk. And the only differences between the serums is longevity and mindfulness. I'm not mistaken.
In that case, we
already have someone that is using the Whisperer too.
that case, we might not need to be as forceful on the topic, which is good, Miss Marge. I've avoided speaking any business with her because, well, she does seem, the few times that I've interacted with her, she did seem quite hostile to doing so. Which just means it will take time. Which is good, and which is actually then better in that regard. Worse in the sense that we're really going in unprepared because, well, we'll have no knowledge really going in. But better in the sense that I guess we have extra time to build that relationship instead of trying to force it. That is a lot to think about.
I believe is...
Go ahead.
Honestly, I don't know how we're gonna get the help of Miss Marge. She might be a lost cause. We might have better luck trying to ask Miss Anne for the information.
That is...
I don't want it to be, but...
likely so. They, at the very least, Miss Anne is clearly not entirely unwilling to entertain the concept, considering that, the 1 month was specifically in response to talks about sharing information amongst the respective scientists. So, I mean, an understandable abundance of caution, but clearly she would probably be at least willing to entertain that idea. Well, I suppose you already have you probably already have that angle covered, however. I'll probably... You know what? There you go. That's probably something that I can do. I'll investigate as to whether that is truly a lost cause or not. Because,
Thank you, then. Well, that would be a great boon.
And did go to, at the, or this last week at the rack, I met, her, I guess, her bodyguard, Mr. Yarrick. He seems like a reasonable individual.
Indeed.
Less outright hostility, from him, so that's probably a start.
Probably, let us hope. This is not going to be good.
We can make it good. Once again, if everybody's on the same page, working to the same goal, we can make it good. Obviously, I would definitely, we need to oppose any preemptive, we need to oppose any, or I guess premature excursions to Ravenholm or Marlow City. But if we stress,
Indeed.
the working towards preparing to go there, I don't know. Mr. Toku just barged in. He's like, we're going. I was under the assumption that that was just our priority. I don't know what did he give a time scale?
Soon.
Soon,
As
of course.
soon as possible. You see, he wants us to establish a FOB at Ravenholm. Because apparently there's a back door from Ravenholm into Marlow City.
So is that not
Once we
just a?
establish the FOB,
Is that not just a literal back door, or is that just a metaphor?
apparently it's a literal back door.
I see.
It's not through the front door or in disguise or on train or anything like that. The facility directly leads right to Marlow City. But that still
Understood.
brings up the problem, though. There are thousands upon thousands of people there. We need
see.
We need to gather information. I'll give him that. We need to gather information before we do anything.
Preparations, absolutely. What would be quite foolish is to establish some sort of base at Ravenholm and not yet be prepared to take Marlow.
The FOB.
Yeah, that would be entirely foolish, because then now we need to maintain that base of operations. So
Indeed.
really we need to make absolutely sure that we do not, and that is something that, I mean, if we should
Yes, I'm
pitch
going
to
to be
him.
asking Miss Anne to see if her ship has any advanced imaging software or advanced radar systems to see how big Marlow City actually is, because I still don't actually know the size of Marlow City.
That would be quite good.
Even if it's a city or not. But yes, if anything, I might.
But
look
yes,
up
it
the
would be
records or
entirely
anything.
foolish to establish an FOB before we are ready to actually go to Marlow, because, well, then now we're spending all these resources on maintaining the base there, which will slow us down.
Indeed.
And so, I know, people maybe I hope it's just I hope it's either excitement or an attempt to rally everyone together, but if not, we'll have to definitely make sure Mr. Toku is also on the same page. We can make it our number one priority, but definitely don't want to be premature about it. We'll only have one
Indeed.
chance, we'll likely only have one chance, so to speak. So, better not.
Yes, I am going to need to talk with everyone then. Because if we go prematurely, which what we might do because of Mr. Toku being Mr. Toku, then I don't trust Mr. Toku's ability to be able to lead a military operation like this.
If that is, if he legitimately wants to go as soon as possible, then honestly, I probably don't either. If that's not just,
Indeed. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and hopefully we go in like 2 to 3 months minimum. And get all the scouting data and everything before we actually start our push.
That's a more of a reasonable time frame, I feel like. But yes, definitely we need to make sure that that is in fact the case. If that's not the case, we need to either convince him otherwise,
Yes, I'll be sending a message.
or we'll need to convince him otherwise that, partially maybe we can speak with some of the scouts about that.
Mm-hmm.
establish some things that we need before we get there. Give us the time to gather our resources.
Indeed.
Although actually, now that I think about it, that
this is not going to work.
actually, now that I think about it, never
We go
mind
too
that angle.
early.
The angle that I just thought of, that won't work with if Mr. Kaito's going.
I don't believe he's going. He's already doing something else this week. It's just those two, Mr. Shade and Mr. Raven.
I mean,
Those two are the
he
ones going
seemed
this week.
he seemed quite he seemed quite certain that he was, but
Next week perhaps, but this week no.
all right, understood. Yes, it's just a matter of we do need to convince Mr. Toku by one way or another that that we need to prepare. Perhaps 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 our scouts can be more reasonable about it, and stress that in the report. I honestly, I imagine it would be, you know, I was almost going to say maybe color the reports a little bit, but honestly, I don't think you'll need to. And given what we know about the place, I don't think we'll need to actually color the reports at all. I imagine it will. An entirely truthful report will probably do the job, hopefully.
Indeed.
Just a bit more stress on the mutants that we have no idea how to deal with. How in the world are we going to establish a base of operations if there are creatures there that we cannot deal with? Let's just hope this
Apparently only copious amounts of plasma can take care of one of those creatures, but Mr. Toku believes that we can use those creatures to our advantage by having them be quote-unquote guard dogs. I'm sorry.
Well, let's just hope
Getting a
for
little-
everyone's sake that this isn't another one of those suicide missions.
I'm afraid it might be.
Let's make sure that it isn't.
Indeed, let's.
That's all we can do.
Well, Miss Fiona, I am going to bed. I am exhausted, tired, and I need to think. Is there anything else you wish to discuss?
I think that will be all. One moment, let me think. Again, Miss Imp has been caught up on the whole Marlow City situation. Mr. Toku sent essentially everyone to our room to be given a briefing on what we talked about as after you left. And, well, we did, Mr. Kaito and I briefed everyone on the situation. And specifically Miss Imp, who had not yet heard about Marlow City previously. I gave her the usual rundown of what it is, what's there,
Perfect.
and why we have interest. So I just figured that you should know that. Other than that, I believe that those are all the events of today. I'll probably be... It is quite late tonight, isn't it? I'll probably be going to bed myself. See if we can't visit the Lotus tomorrow. Maybe,
Indeed. Honestly, I might want to have a quick word with someone tomorrow.
I'll see if I can't contribute
Anyways,
to that myself.
Good night. Maybe. But good night, Miss Foxglove.
Have a good night. I was thinking of going out, but honestly, it does seem a bit late at this point. Probably go to bed myself. So, embarrassingly, I've realized something that I did not notice before.
What?
Accidental model making. I need to fix that.
Oh dear.
I don't know what happened to it, but yeah, we'll have to double check.
How does it feel to have a missing finger?
Well, it was completely accidental. I have no idea what happened. Oh well. I'll also need to double check. For whatever reason, my default sound device keeps switching back to not the one that I want to use. I don't know how to set, like, I've set it in like the Windows default sound device, but then it doesn't ever use that one. It switches back to something else every time. Which is annoying because I have to change it every time for OBS, but so that does change things. And also I do have to say, the moment you said our assumptions might have been incorrect, I was like, yep, gotcha. So you know.
Yep. That changes a lot.
So I mean, you know, kind of
this
did so I was right. So I was right. Just for the record, when you mentioned that, was the first thought that came to mind. But yes, oh dear. I'll have to see what I can do about well, yeah, that is, I think, what I'll be doing. You have the problematic individuals, Yuna, Marge. We'll see if I can't make any progress in that regard. I'm gonna have an excuse to talk to Miss Yuna whenever she's around.
Mm-hmm.
Or I've given myself an excuse.
Since she has the pills, right?
Oh no, that's already been dealt with. I need a slightly longer conversation starter than that. Which I dealt with that over text, mostly because but yes, the Yuna Lily situation. We'll see if I can't do something, but it's from what I got on the mission report, that's no good.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. We'll see if we can't, this whole bounty hunter thing.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the bounty hunter thing. I'm worried about that we're attacking too early, and if we go too early and we fail, then we've lost all that progress.
Yeah, I mean, no, that is the big worry. It's just...
I'm just worried about how quickly everything changed. That's what I'm worried and curious about.
It's...
How did we go from
Toku is...
taking it slow, taking it normal? Yeah, and...
Toku is, that is something that, I've noted in character many times, is that Toku's a bit hasty with... By a bit, I mean very hasty. Actually, all of the Whispers leadership has been very hasty. With,
Yeah, I'm gonna message him and be like, we're not ready. We can't do this anytime soon. I hope you know that. And, like, just be confrontational about it, because at this rate, I'm gonna have to be.
If soon is on the scale of, 2 to 3 months, then... then we devote all our efforts to that, right? Right. But otherwise it's
Yeah, no, not all of us are kitted out yet. I'm still waiting for my hazmat tier 2. Or tier 2 hazmat, I mean.
I'll need
Which I'm just gonna have to straight up buy. I need to get the cat claws.
Yeah, I need to find
because
proper armor
if that's the case, we can't do our... We can't do science, we have to prepare for this.
Yep. It's either or. Thankfully I'm mostly done. I need machete. Honestly, machete won't make much of a difference, let's be honest. I would need an upgrade to my guns, which I haven't really gone into yet. And I'm actually getting the gas mask, and I'll need to find myself some form of armor. Honestly, hazmat seems like we need. And that's the problem. I'll need to that's a out of character puzzle that I have, is how to, because I really don't wanna just go into something that doesn't make sense for the. Because I guess I've established that she's not opposed to protection for the sake of protection, but I'd still... Yeah, we'll need probably not armor, but it needs something. I'll actually just need to find something, probably like a model that I want to use, because this is very clearly not armor. We'll need...
Yeah.
I don't know how that's gonna work. Yeah, because I mean, I'll have snorkel power is eyes, nose, and then with the respirator it'll be mouth. But man, I've just been trying to avoid like masks and disguises. But we'll see how that goes. That's why I like the snorkel, because the snorkel is clear. And realistically,
I'll just get you a clear face mask.
Realistically, I would have worked on. I would have gotten just a helmet anyway. Helmet. Like she's not opposed to doing it for protection, so it's not like I can't. It's just I'd like to. You know, it's not like I want, or not completely irrational. It's just if I have the choice, then I'd like to go with one over the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna message Toku, talk to Kaz to see if that information was actually true or not. And then...
I don't know how this happened. I honestly have no idea how it happened.
What? Oh, the finger.
The finger. We'll have to go
Yeah, I need a
and
message. Yeah, Nicholas, I need to talk to Lisa, I need to talk to Anne, I need to talk to Toku.
Yeah, honestly... honestly, we should just talk to Toku about it regardless.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, we're not ready. We're not even ready for in like 2 months. We need to wait at least 3
Because
minimum.
that's why I was like super on board, like in character. I'm like perfect, right? Preparing to go to Marlow, exactly what we wanted. But then this changes things. The soon of like really rushing, and that's worrying, right? Like I'm on board with
like
making it our #1 priority to prepare. Not on board with the rest of it.
Let's go next week. Yeah, no, I am.
No.
It's... Yeah, I need to
See
hop
here,
out of the...
I made the mistake of assuming that Toku was being reasonable. Also, oh, also look at this. Lol. The locomotion is broken. At the very the toes still move.
Oh yeah, no, that's how it is. If you look at Nicholas, he does the same thing.
It does.
Yeah, and like if you look at his chest as well, like he still has like the little walking.
Yeah, it does. I saw that.
Yeah, you have
it does
as
its
well.
best.
You can look at it in the mirror.
It does its best.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh well. This is a lot nicer than what it was before. Man, I just want to go on like an actual like normal mission, like come on, I have the water gun, I have this. Like I just want to. It's been almost 3 months at this point.
Yeah, you're next for a mission.
I signed up for.
You just have to say that you are.
I signed up for all the black market stuff. I mean, next time I definitely will. The previous one, I was like, all right, fine. We have like a bunch of new people who have never been on the mission, right? So I'm like, I don't care, and I wasn't entirely done with model work either, so.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, whatever. Still not entirely done with model work, but at least I have my weapons caught up to the point where I care. But what we'll need... Oh, shoot, what was I about to say? Shoot, brain. What was I saying? Oh yeah, mission. I don't know. Clearly I'm sleepy, but yeah, black market stuff. At this point, I've already mentioned it to Kaz. At this point, I might just ask if somebody else can't do the black market mission that I don't know, like if somebody else can't DM that, because yeah, I don't know what to do about that. Like.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I need to do, and this has changed, this has caused worry, this has caused paranoia, this has caused panic, I'm panicking, so...
Because, to be fair, lab equipment, if we're actually doing that, which is a really bad idea and we shouldn't do that, lab equipment is not #1 priority, but, we shouldn't, right? We shouldn't. So I'll just continue being under the presumption until proven otherwise, I'll continue being under the presumption that we can actually convince Toku to be reasonable, at least a little bit reasonable. If he's not going to be reasonable, I can think of some angles to I can think of some angles that we can use just off the top of my head. But yeah, so under the presumption that we are going to be going in a reasonable amount of time, I think it would still be worthwhile to get that lab equipment. And yeah, at this point, I'm just thinking, it's like, man, I might just ask Kaz to see if like I don't know, like it would suck. It like all the options are bad. It's just like I don't know what to do in this situation. Like it's been a month. Like I've waited. I'm actually not going to be. See, it's been so long that I've in character changed my mind on selling stuff, because it's like, what's the point, right? James is now actually making good use of the painkillers that I'm making. So that's the reason I was selling them, because I was like, you know, people are going on these secret missions, they're not doing it. So that's the reason I wanted to sell them in the first place, because I had a lot. And nobody was using them. Now we have people using them. And we also have the Fallen base, where we can probably make generic drugs that aren't specialized like that and sell those instead, which makes a bit more sense. So it's been so long that's changed. So actually, I don't even care about that anymore. That's been 6 weeks at this point. The mission has been a bit fewer. That's also been like 3 weeks though at this point, since I've.
Yeah. Tex has been very spotty. But yeah, I need to talk to people. I need to get out of VR. I need to calm down, because I am.
Please do.
I might be having a mild panic attack. So.
Oh please. Okay. Yeah, definitely get out of VR. There. Come on.
Yeah,
we all die. End of VRCRP. Yay. Come on.
I know it's just there's something going on that I can't say.
There is. That's the someone knows that I don't know, or
something that nobody knows except Kaz and I. Type of deal.
I see.
And I don't know what's going on. And
I see.
am
Very
definitely
exclusive,
afraid.
very exclusive information. All right. Well, don't tell me. Do not tell me anymore. I'll be very excited to hear about it if I ever do.
Yeah. Well, I have to go. I'll be in the VC
I'm gonna
probably
be
for a bit.
fixing this, because yeah, I noticed it, and then I was just like hiding it the whole time. Yeah, all right. I'll get out of VR myself.